when we all get to heaven. What I say, our rejoicing that will be. Oh, when we all see Jesus, we will sing and shout the victory. Hey y'all, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. How y'all doing? Wait a minute, why is it on here? Happy Wednesday, beloved. Happy Wednesday. It's been a while since I've seen y'all. How's everybody doing? How's the Christmas coming? We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Wait, I'm getting a lot of feedback here. How's everyone doing? Hopefully all is well. How's the Christmas going? JG. Ooh, what a tongue twister, girl. How y'all doing, honey? How you doing? You boiling sorry. Oh my God. Woo, child. I want me some sorrow. Janice, where are you? Boiling. I mean, I'm in home. Jersey, New Jersey. Where you at? Hey, Lauren. Hey, relaxation over here. Hey. Happy Wednesday. How's everyone? Should I add Married at First? No, I want to talk about Married at First Sight tonight. I'm tired of those people. How y'all doing, everybody? How's everything going? Honey, we have so much to talk about. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, girl. Ooh, child. As soon as I come down, I open my window, my nose starts to get on my nerves. How's everybody doing? It's almost Christmas, but honey, you know, the news and the Grapevine, we need to talk about the news at the Grapevine, okay? The tea on the street. Be sure to watch your commercials before you come in. Don't skip them, okay? How many of you guys were able to see my videos today? I made a couple of videos today. Share this out. Let's get a few more people in the house. Share this out if you can. Yes. I'm not going to stay on for long. You know, this is midweek. So we need to talk about this divorce with Devon and Meagan. We need to talk about the whole celibacy journey. And why are you celibate? And you know, Christian people, why are we so judgmental? It's like everybody have a right to do what they want to do with their faith except for Christians. Christians, we're just supposed to just let everything go. Anything goes. This is why people don't take us seriously, right? Everybody else, every other religion, and have their rights and do what they want to do. But with the church folks, we need to just let everything go. We're going to talk about that. I just woke up. I was determined to get down here and hang out just in case I don't get to see y'all before the Christmas. 9 people in the room. Be sure to thumbs up. Share this out if you can. Thank you. How y'all like my church hat? My first lady hat. Okay. Honey, if you don't save one of these, you're not going to heaven. You understand? Oh, God. Christmas is almost here. Everybody finished with their Christmas shopping for those who will celebrate. I know everybody don't celebrate Christmas. I love Christmas. It is my favorite time of year. It just reminds me when I was a little girl, my grandmother would come to visit. I can still hear her voice calling me. Oh, wow. The Naked Wife ebooks has surpassed 23 types of guys in ebooks. Wow. This is a first. This is a first for the Naked Wife. All right. I think Amazon's about to put that one in sale. So how y'all doing? Let me hear you say hi in the chat. 13 people, 15 people in the room. Thumbs up. Let's share this out if you can, okay? So what are you guys thinking about this whole situation? I know I've done a couple of videos on it, but I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it. I know someone messaged me about the Bachelorette. I've fallen off, so I really can't give you guys um an idea. I know a lot of you guys are saying you don't like Nate, and so I liked him initially. So I don't know what has happened since then for you guys to say you don't like him. So um I can't really give an answer about Nate. So if anybody want to jump up and talk about him, you're welcome to do so. Anybody want to come up on the link and talk about the whole Meagan and Devon situation? You are welcome to do so. Let me copy the link. And yes, we're going to talk about Christian people being so judgmental. Mhm. Yes, yes. So it's in. You know what I find interesting about this situation. Let me share this out on my Facebook. Mm, mm, mm. Ooh, excuse me. And I'm going to do a separate video in the morning. Is what I find interested is Devon said she was everything he didn't want. Yet you marry her. And he said God told him, I'm gonna give you the opposite of what you want. Check those thumbs up for me. I'm sharing the links out. Okay, so just give me a quick second. He said she's everything he didn't want in a wife. And it's crazy that God wants you to marry somebody that is the opposite of what you want. And it's not good. It's not good, right? The opposite of what you want is not good. You don't want these things because you know these things are not good for you, but yet and still you're going to say that God has given this person to you. 26 the 26 people, 30 people in the room. Check those thumbs up for me and let me hear your thought. Let me hear your thoughts, okay? And I thought about that because I had taken a screenshot about they had to go to counseling because he wanted her to cook. And let me read this thing. Let me read it. Let me read it. Let me read it. Let me read it. I hope nothing is going on with my chat because I'm not seeing your comments. Okay. Okay. Could you pour it in for me, please, Knight? And a spoon. Thank you. There are 3 people in the room. Say hey. Let me know you're here with me. Okay. This is a comment by one of my girls. Messiah! You want to come on, Messiah? Hey, girl. Hey. Oh, you was about to go live? What time? Okay. I'm going to be on for only an hour. Okay, come on up, babes. The link is right there. Come on up. I want to hear what you thought you have to say. Because you did a video on being celibate, right? Devon said, okay, let me read this. My girl put this on her page. 40 years old and still wants to do this over motherhood, with the whole. For me personally, balance is the key, okay? Let her do what she wants. We are free to choose. Before he married her, there were signs he chose to overlook them because she was tantalizing. Ooh, he should have used discernment and hear from God. Instead, he led with his eyes and his dingling. From now on, I will listen with when men tell us which celebrity men are simps. The same way we can spot the pick-me's Men know the sense. Ooh, girl. Hi, Michelle.
Hold on, I'm gonna come. My sound is weird. I'm gonna come back in, okay?
Okay, babes.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
Thank you. Devon said he wanted a woman who would cook for him. She said he didn't know a wife. She said she didn't know a wife had to cook for her husband, and that she resented that he wanted this from her. This don't make no sense to me. This make absolutely no sense. What wife don't know you have to cook unless you're like the Royals or Michelle Obama and you in the White House? Huh? What wife don't know you need to cook? And sure, there are some wives that can't cook and they don't cook and their husband cooks. But like I tell my girls, ladies, you better be able to cook at least 3 meals. One for the Father, one for the Son, one for the Holy Ghost. Come on, somebody, and cook. So they didn't discuss cooking on any days. So I want to know. They had to go to counseling. Counseling. Who would think you have to go to counseling? Thank you, baby. Thank you. Anybody want to come up? Let me know if you want to come up, okay? Devon said he wanted a woman who would cook for him. She said she didn't know a wife had to cook for her husband. Say what? You didn't play dollhouse when you was a little girl. That she resented that he wanted this from her. She ended up blaming him by saying that him wanting her to cook made it less enjoyable. Hey, girl.
Hello.
Hey, babies. Let me read this again. I just can't see it. Devon said he wanted a woman who would cook for him. She said she didn't know a wife had to cook for her husband and that she resented that he wanted this from her. She ended up blaming him by saying that him wanting her to cook made it less enjoyable. You want to tell me you're getting married and you don't know you need to cook for your husband. Even if you can't cook, girl, you try to boil him an egg or something. Okay, Devon Franklin, Seventh-day Adventist pastor who could have picked a church girl, but he chose a girl who was only celibate because a boyfriend cheated on her, not because God says we should, but because she was heartbroken. In her heartbrokenness, God also says she must marry Devon. I don't buy it. She was celibate out of hurt, married out of hurt, and now that she's not hurt, she is back on the streets. Maybe it's the book of Hosea. Maybe Pastor chose wrong. Men can choose wrong too, just like women. Oh yeah, men do it all the time. Do you want to have kids? Did he think she was about to go change her mind? Devon had to know that she was a traditional wife. Go ahead, girl.
I feel like a lot of people they forget she's a child actor, first of all. Mm-hmm. She grew up in the industry. She didn't grow up in the church. One. So I think like the whole cooking and all that type of stuff, she didn't really see that because she's on set. She's running to auditions. She grew up in the industry. She did, even I saw some documentaries she did on TV1. She talked about trying to live up to the beauty standards of the industry. So I know we see her as this beautiful woman. She's got it going on. But in her own eyes, I don't think she sees that because she talked about starving herself and taking diet pills. And I forget, it was probably a year or two ago. She was on red carpets and everybody's like, is she bleaching her skin? Like, why does she look so light all of a
she
sudden?
said it was an accident. How you accidentally bleach your skin, boo-boo? I just want to know.
I knew then something wasn't right. Because as you preach, you have to be whole. You have to love yourself before you come into a marriage. So with all that being said, was she really whole for a marriage? Was she ready for a marriage? I don't know.
She said, I've been watching her interview. She said she never thought about being married or she never thought about being somebody's woman. And so, she was in this relationship and the man was, not in so many words abusive. And, she saw him and she thought, oh, that would be a nice guy that I would like to be married. Then God said, that's your husband.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But come on, you don't know you have to cook, Miss I. Come on. Like
She,
when they got
if
married,
you
what
look
did they
at,
think about? Was it just sex, or you hear
she's
in the
been in
book
the
that he talked about their
industry.
expectations?
So,
I mean, they had to go to counseling. He had to take her to
yeah.
counseling to say, "I need you to cook." So what was they talking about for a whole year? They was dating. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think it's okay, everyone looks at her as a sex symbol. So she might have been in relationships where she was just the trophy wife. She was just there to look good. There's probably a lot of men that were just interested in her for how she looked. And that's probably why she fell for Devon in the first place, because he was different from all the other guys she's been with. But I don't know if she was ready for marriage or if she was ready for the church.
I don't think
Because
she
she's
was. She said she
already
was. She never thought about
Mhm.
being married or being a wife or being a mother.
Right.
So how,
Because if
if
you
you never
come from
thought
the
about that, how God is
industry,
going to tell
Mhm.
you that's your husband? Because
Right.
marriage is ministry. Come on, somebody. It's ministry.
Yes.
It's a give and take. Okay, Michael is giving me his provision, his protection, his profession of love. I'm giving him my honor. I'm respecting. I'm showering him with praise. I'm making a couple of meals. I'm washing his clothes. I'm having his babies. Okay. um, what? I mean, I don't understand why people thought marriage is. Is it just for you to take pictures and just be pretty?
I don't know all the ins and out about her upbringing or if she even saw marriage in the first place, but I think I can see how it's rough on her. You're coming from this industry who's telling you you need to lose weight, you need to lighten your skin, you need to wear a weave down your back, you need to do all these things, and then go into the church, getting married and thinking, oh, I'm going to be happy, this and that, and getting into the church and your dress is too low cut, you're too this, you're too that. So I feel for her in that sense because I can sense that she might have a lot going on as far as her perception of herself. But
But come on,
I agree. I
what
agree, but
person go in the
it's
church?
hard. It's like
Come
there's so
on,
many
what?
sides.
Even somebody mentioned about a homeless person coming off the street. I mean, we had a church where people would just come in off the street, and you should see them just fixing their cells. And what person in their right mind would? And I don't know how she dressed to go to church, but how that, like that blue dress she wore, and then she was supposed to do the hip hop award, and they changed it and they did the gospel award, give her the gospel award. Did you hear
Yeah.
about that? Hey, Alexis. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
babes.
Hello.
You know what I mean. So
Hello.
I don't. I mean, if you've been in the church any a lot, this I don't think she was in the church. I don't think she was a church girl, and I think I think you might go to church once in a while, but I don't think she was no Christian. There's no way, because there's no way if you've been in the church, you already know how the church is, child. Don't ever show up. Okay, you remember back in the days they would tie a sheet around you because your dress was all the way up in your behind. Who remember that?
Yep.
Hey, Alexis.
I joined. I missed some of what you all were
I can't
saying,
hear,
but
babe.
I
Speak up.
joined after you said
Speak up a
what
little
were
bit,
they
Alexis.
doing while dating, huh?
Speak up a little bit. We can't
Oh,
hear you.
I was saying I don't know why every time I get on this thing. I was saying I joined after you said, well, what were they doing while dating? So I don't know what you all said after that.
Because he had to take her to counseling to say, I need you to cook for me. And she said she didn't know she needed to do that. And she became resentful because he expected it, and he took the joy out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
I'm
I
like,
think that's too the main reason why, like you say, and it's funny because I just so
turn
happen
your
to
phone
kind
up,
of,
Alexis. We can hardly hear you.
maybe I should try getting on through my computer because whenever I
Yeah.
get on through my
Mm-hmm.
phone, I
Right, JJ. Oh, girl, you gotta change your name, JG. Right. And I'm in the morning. I'm going to do the video. Can you imagine you ask for something and God give you the exact opposite, just like MYRLA and Gil? I don't understand what you think about that, Miss Ash. He says she's the exact opposite of what she asked for. God told her, "I'm gonna give you what you want." And when you read the Bible, that's not true, honey. When they talk about Rachel, read the Bible. Rachel, Bible said she had a lovely figure. In other words, Rachel was bam, 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 bam. Coca-Cola bottle.
I want to ask you, Janice, because we know that they were saying God brought them together, and JG is saying if God told her, God would have give her something signs aligned with what she was praying for. So my whole thing, I want to ask you, do you really believe God brought them together, or were they just certain things they were doing, not doing in the marriage or doing outside of the marriage wasn't in God's will, and it kind of drifted them apart? Because God does have his will for our life, but if we go against that will, then we'll be out of alignment. He could have wanted them married, but if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, the marriage could fall apart.
Or I don't think they should have been married. They were equally young. The girl wasn't even saved. He said she
wasn't saved.
No, based on what he said, she was drinking and smoking, and she wasn't ready to be celibate. I have listened to about 4 or 5 of her interviews, and I'm just sitting there thinking about why they got married. Like JG said, God would give her something in line with what she was praying. She said she never thought about getting married or being a wife or being a mother. She was in a relationship where the man was cheating, and he was basically, for lack of a better word, based on what she said, I got that he was abusive, but we know abuse is more than physical, right? And she saw him, and he was a nice guy. You know, she dated 50. She said last year, can you imagine being married and gonna talk about what she said? He's the lover. He's the love of her life. You're a married woman. Shouldn't your husband be the love of your life? Even if he's not, girl, you don't tell the whole world that 50 Cent is the love of your life. That's what she said. How you married and you talk about some other man is the love of your life? But like you say, maybe even if it was God, maybe it was a time. Because you know what? Sometimes we're off God's timing. We're off of God's timing. But they shouldn't have got married. They shouldn't have. They were unequally yoked. They you know, and I'm all about the foundation. If that foundation is not right, no matter what you do, it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work.
I think it was too soon. They were they barely married, and you coming out with relationship
books?
Yeah, I think that I just feel like maybe they rushed the power couple, the business side of it, and the relationship talk, and all of that stuff.
Who did it right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, look at Kiki.
Wait, I'm missing something.
Kiki said, most of the Christian leaders I've met married cute women that just got saved.
It's true. The men, they do that. And they never, I just don't understand. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Who did that? Samson did that. He wanted one of the foreign women, and his mother and father kept saying, no, marry one of the girls that's know your tradition and know your God. No, he wanted one of this strange woman. And these men, they do that. You know, they go out here and get these women who can't submit to their vision. Can't submit to the vision. She wasn't ready to have babies. She frees her eggs. You've been married 7-8 years. You freeze your eggs. She could have been had about 5 kids. She could have been had about 2 kids. She didn't want to have kids.
And he was the one that filed, which was a little telling to me because it's usually the woman that files. Men, they like, I'll just wait till I get served or something. So that was telling.
Right, Sabrina. What exactly did they talk about? Are you talking about what I want in my marriage? I was very specific what I want, what I was going to do, and what I was not going to do. Now, this is what I want, and you could accept it or leave it. So later, don't come back in the marriage and tell me to do something I told you I was not going to do.
Right.
I think she was hurt. Women, when you've been hurt and misused and abused, and you see a nice guy come in and you just jump in his arms until you get healed. And then when you get healed, I just read something she posted. Healing, she said something about healing is not pretty, but the other side of it is freaky.
What?
That's what she wrote.
What does that mean?
I'm still trying to break it down and find out what that means. I just woke up.
I feel for her because I did feel like she tried. If he's the one that's more closer to God and spiritual, I felt like his discernment and different things should have kicked in. But for her, I feel like she did try. We saw her kind of disappear for a moment where she wasn't acting. She wasn't like in the forefront as far as on the camera and doing shows and movies. So I felt like she did try in a sense but at the same time, she got to give up her career?
No,
but
there's so many couples that still act and have babies, and but she want to do those real extreme, like you see the one they're talking about where she was licking the man's booty. I mean, come on.
That's what I was saying about her perception of her body and how she looks. I think I don't want to diagnose her or anything, but I think she does struggle with her weight and things of that sort. So I think having a baby, I think she does think of the weight, but I think it's more from a standpoint of kind of like how people might have like a body dysmorphia or something where they think they're bigger than they actually are. So I don't know if she goes through that, but I know mentally she has to, I think something, I don't know. I just feel for her. I feel for her because I feel like she tried, and I feel like perception of herself, she's not completely whole to be in a healthy relationship.
I totally agree with you because she said it. She said, I never thought about being married or being a wife or being a mother. And then she said, I can't commit to being a mother. Then why did you get married? Especially a Christian marriage. Kids are expected. We know that there are sometimes you just can't. But it doesn't sound like that was the case. She just wasn't ready to commit to being someone's mother. Not a baby's mother, someone's mother. You know, She was ready. And let me tell you, I don't know how many of you ladies are 40, but let me tell you about something about 40. 40, how many ladies are 40? There is, when you turn 40, something happens in the atmosphere, because that's the first third of your life. God promises 120 years. Most people don't live until 100. But at 40, I noticed for me at 40, I mean, I told Michael, look, I'm gonna be 40 next month, and I need to get pregnant. You need to get me pregnant by October 11th. I need to be pregnant. And then I had to calm myself down, like, girl, calm down. But it's something about 40. It's like, and I started writing something about being 40. But when you turn 40, it's like, if whatever you were suppressing is all gonna come out, okay? Because you're like, this is it. You understand that this is the second leg of your life, and whatever you need to do and get, you need to do it and get it now. And she just turned 40 times. She's letting it all hang out, booty cheeks, putting on the lips and all. She let everything hang out. And I think that's another thing. She's 40 now.
I agree. I think he maybe, I don't know. Like, we don't know a lot about the relationship, but I think he probably got the hint. This woman ain't having no kids. Like, this. And a lot of people are saying, because they're in California, he divorced her before it hit the 10-year mark.
10-year mark, yeah.
So that he wouldn't have to pay alimony. That's another thing.
What's his name did that? Remember? I don't know if you remember. Tom Cruise. Was that Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman? Same thing. It's the same thing. She was like, "Oh my God, I didn't even know we was having problems." Men always try to. A lot of men try to do that. You know, save and reinvent the woman. Just no. You should go and find him a nice church girl. There's sexy church women out there. Where's Alexis? Alexis didn't come back. She could have been even more famous. The husband would have given her a franchise like Tyler Perry making those kind of moves. And she said with her own mouth, she said, you know, he told me he was going to allow me to, he was not going to rush me into having kids, and he was going to let me have my own journey. Well, it took 9 years. It took 9 years. 9 years.
That's not fair, though. Like, I don't like when people do that, when they say there's no rush, there's no time limit. But you know good and well you wanted kids before year 5. He knew good and well, so he should have been vocal about. He might have been, but maybe it was too late. Maybe it was after the ring was already on her finger.
And see, those are things men need to. Both men and women need to. Man, I told you I almost walked away from my husband because he was telling me, if God bless us, no, yes or no, yes or no. I need a yes or no. Yes, we can get married. If you keep telling me I don't know, I'm done. I'm not wasting my time. That's not something you decide after you get married. That's a before marriage discussion.
Right.
He should have gotten her a church. And come on, this is the 20th century. Okay. Most of us is not dressing like Mother Bertha. We've stepped up our dressing, and we can be sexy and save and sanctify all at the same time. Sabrina turned 40 in October. Sabrina, did you feel it? It was like something in the atmosphere switch. It was so telling. But what, he's her husband, so he had to do that. He's not going to say, well, I agree with you, man. She needs to dress. No, a husband is supposed to cover his wife. So he did right. He did the right thing. That's what a husband is supposed to do. She said the lady was drunk. Semi-midlife crisis. I don't know. It was like there were things that I needed to get done. Like I've always wanted to color my hair. I colored my hair at 40. I really started working 40. I really started working on, okay, we need to really start working on this baby. And then we started going to see the doctors and, doing the tests and all of that stuff. I believe also said, be careful what you pray for because you just might get it. She prayed for him and she got him. Was the ready for marriage? No, she was not. Hey, Kiki. All over magazine. That's what he liked about her, because he went after her. So that's how you was going to like to talk about this? Did you hear me? Hello? I can't hear you. Oh, she's going to go on and come in. But some people have to learn the hard way. We got to stop compassion. He is human, but still disagree with his choice. Yeah, but you know what? How many times we got make? How many times do we need to see this? This is why I use my channel to use these examples. I know some people get emotionally mad and in their feelings, But how many times do we need to see that? Hello, Samson in the Bible. How many times women need to marry Pookies and the Ray Rays and the Tyrones and the Builder Males and the Scrubs for us, for the next generation to learn that, girl, you don't want to do that. How many times men need to choose the wrong women and marry the street girls for them to know that it's not going to work? Because, you know, the thing about men, they don't realize that the woman needs to be able to submit, especially if we're in the church. And there's nothing wrong with submission. It's just been taught wrong. You can get on. Come on, try back on, Alexis, with your phone. Just turn it all the way up. Maybe I should turn my phone up too. My computer. He's 7 Day Adventist, which is trick. So I was shocked when he married her. Yeah. Men said church girls look are not up to par. Not no more. I could understand 20 years ago. Even 20 years ago, we was popping. Okay, but in 10 years, come on. Yes, he's 7th Day Adventist, girl. Shocking indeed. Forget marrying just a regular Christian girl. Child, the girl wasn't even saved. So he married a heathen, a sinner. Right there, you should have told your Bible said be not equally unyoked. I like them both too. I mean, I don't care for them. I wouldn't buy their books or read the books or watch the show. I don't really care. But I don't dislike them. Ooh, they want Jesus, but not Jesus as Lord. Come on and prophesy. So as funny as that, you don't have time to waste at all. Exactly. You know, I gotta start wearing my rigs before y'all start talking about me, girl. You know, this 3 videos she did, child, she wearing a rig, baby. Something's going on between her and Mike. Oh God, girl, Lord Jesus, girl, you know Janice wear her ring, girl. You know, girl. You're right, Janice. Urgency, like I need to complete everything immediately. Yeah. Winter. Hey, boo boo, was you listening?
Yes, I saw. What was that Kiki's comment? I think about the church girls not being up to par. And my whole thing is that's where communication comes in.
Yes.
If there's a woman you see, you like, she has the values, the morals, the right conversation, that's when you have a conversation. Hey, girl.
Hey, y'all.
I love your hair color.
Thank you. You don't really get to see it much because I have my camera off.
Right?
That's right. We never get to see Kimberly.
So, go ahead, Misha. I know you were talking. Go ahead.
No, but that's where communication comes in. Or why don't I take you shopping? Why don't I this is what I think will look good on you. Like these men could communicate simple things like that, but going for a woman that has completely different morals and values and things as you, it's not an excuse. Like, I don't feel like that's an excuse.
Hold up. There is 104 people in here and 31 likes. Oh no.
Child. Y'all playing with Miss Janice today.
Girl, Misha, I came over your live yesterday. I said, 117 people in here. And only slides. I was typing it, girl. Then he was like, okay, bye. See y'all later. I was like, come on, check the like. So, Kimberly, what you think about all this shenanigans, honey?
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence because for me, I don't like cooking, so I'm not one to cook. So when I found out that was like the basis of their breakup, and what was it? I think
that's the basis of their breakup. He took her to counseling,
and then in addition to, I guess, her not wanting to have children, right?
Well, maybe she wasn't ready because she froze her eggs at 35.
I didn't know that. Because see, I don't care if I have children. I used to want a lot of children, but now at 34, I'm like, okay, if I have children with my husband, fine. If not, I'm not pressing the issue. So now I'm just really like studying and watching this because I know I dated a assistant minister, and we broke up because I told him I did not want to be a first lady. So it's kind of interesting that they didn't have these conversations early on.
That's what I'm saying. What was they talking about for a year?
Right. And then they've been married 9 years and they couldn't get it together within that 9-year time frame. And is it really okay to divorce for that just because my wife or, husband decide they don't want children now?
Well,
I have a lot of questions.
The truth is we don't really know. We are all speculating. But I've watched all her, when you finish, ladies, if you get a chance, do all her reviews. Girl, she even did a review that she said 50 Cent is her true love. Is her...
Who?
Is her, what I said earlier? 50 Cent is her. What is she saying?
I think that's what you said, but I'm like, listen, 50 Cent is a dead end. First of all, that's a terrible person to pick as your true love.
That's her. What she said. Maybe that's not the word. Maybe. He's my
I didn't even know.
I don't know. And another thing, he might have fell for the whole I'm spiritual. She might have been a different type of spiritual, not the Jesus Christ spiritual that he was looking for. So maybe I don't know.
So see, Kimberly, I think you would let your husband know you don't like to cook. It didn't sound like they had no conversation because she said, I didn't know he was going to expect me to cook. So I'm like, well, if you don't have a maid, what?
Exactly.
But again, for their lifestyle, does she really need a cook though?
No,
that's what I'm saying. If you don't have a maid to cook, I mean, surely you don't think the man is going to eat out every day,
right?
That's why I don't understand. What do you mean? You didn't know he expected you to cook? I'm gonna find some of these videos because I know y'all don't believe me.
No, I'm stuck on the 50 Cent thing.
What you mean? You didn't know? What you say?
I said I'm stuck on 50 Cent. Is this the same 50
I'm gonna find it. I know y'all know I'm gonna find it.
Because what is he doing? Because Vivica A. Fox was all strung out over
he
him.
got a gold one. I'm telling you, he got a gold one. 50 Cent got a gold one. Chris got a gold one. I think they're real. You've heard of them. I think they're real. They have to be.
Wow.
Oh, here it is.
I'm glad I'm off the next 4 days so I can research and get into this and find out what's really going on because it's kind of scary.
Okay, wait a minute. Meagan
Nicole Brown
was the love of her life. I found it, girl. I found it. Hold on. Lord Jesus, 5 minutes.
The way that I grew up in my 20s, I dated like any other woman would. But, even in that sense, just being in the public eye, I was criticized for whoever I dated or whoever they thought I dated or whatever they thought I was doing. Or if they read something in the blogs that would be a half story or just completely false, I would always kind of get judged.
Labeled as something.
Oh, for sure. And so my 20s actually prepared me for my 30s because had I not experienced everything I experienced in my 20s.
Okay, I'm going to stop because I don't want to get a copyright and I'm going to listen to it on here. And yes, girl. Yes, honey. She said 50 Cent was the love of her life. I'm telling you, when I heard that, I believed. I became a believer in gold dinglings. Okay. I became a believer because it has to be. Because she said, and my thing is, you're married. So how is it another man is the love of your? Am I the only one that this confused?
No, I'm confused with you because this was recent, right? She said it while she was married.
Yes, girl. Let me get the headphones. Hold on, baby.
That's why he filed for divorce. We figured it out.
This was 6 months ago. Oh my God. And they start, rumor has it they've been separated for 6 months. It's starting to make sense now. Girl, let me get my ear.
That's it. Done. Wow.
You think that's it too?
Yeah, it has to be. Because I communicate better than that. And I'm in my 30s, like early 30s and early 20s. That's the first thing we talk about after a few dates is, hey, I'm not into cooking, so how are we going to work this thing out? But thankfully, I've been blessed to date men who like to cook. So
Yeah, but you would communicate that. So if you tell your guy you're dating, I don't cook, and then he get married and talk about, well, where's the fried chicken, you could say, well, I told you I didn't cook.
exactly. Yeah. Wow. But it's sad though because they were so positive and the whole waiting until
Girl, I
marriage
never believed
thing.
it. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I never believed it.
And a lot of people are saying it's not true. They said that they have proof that they didn't wait. So I don't know. It's something. But hopefully, I wonder, are they going to be the couple that still try to keep in touch and, be best friends and hanging around each other all the time?
Mm-hmm. So, what do you guys think about the celibacy? Because I know you ladies has shared that this is a journey you're taking. So, how do you feel about the wait and their story about waiting?
For me, it's just something I chose to do because I got tired of sleeping around, honestly. I got tired of like that being the basis of my relationship, and then they're hooked on that, and then that's all they want every day or every few days, and it really does make you feel bad. Like it's a
Okay,
conviction that comes. It's like a conviction really that comes over you, and you're like, I should be worth more than that. Like it doesn't make you feel good when you know what you've been taught in church, and then you're going against it, and it doesn't get you anywhere. Like, yeah, I've been engaged 2 times and turned down proposals, but I haven't been married, so that's still nothing to brag about. So I just decided, hey, it's not worth it to me. Yeah, I hope to wait until marriage if I meet someone, and it happens. I'm kind of like Cornelius. But my goal is definitely to wait until it's somebody who is worth it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was, well, like I told you, Janice, me and Janice did a live about abstinence and all that. Mine started out of anger. I was mad. I was a single mother. I want to become a single mother again to another child. So I just cut off communications with men.
Okay, I found it. Go ahead.
Sometimes our anger births purpose. So there was purpose in that.
Girl, write the book.
God.
Write the book. Ooh, that's powerful. I have an ear for these things. Say it again. Sometimes your anger birth purpose. You better write it down. Somebody on here is going to take it, girl. People steal. Go ahead.
Yes. So at that time, God began speaking to me about abstinence, about not masturbating, because I was fine with abstaining, but here and there, I'm like, do what I got to do.
Right.
And God was like, cut it all off. And for me, I battled with lust. I battled with sexual sin. So my journey is probably different than a lot of other people's. I had to cut it off completely in order to focus on where I needed to be. So that's how mine started. And then conviction. I got a revelation. I read the word. I believe I remember scriptures, but I forget the actual chapters and stuff. But there's a scripture that basically talks about you become one with another person when you have sex with them. So you're transferring spirits, you're transferring things of your partner, and it's not just sex. It's not just friends with benefits. You are exchanging things that you can't even see. And it's very important to be careful who you let in your body, in your space, because you never know how they can detour you, distract you from your purpose and your destiny.
Right. And some men, the devil, remember back in the days we used to say, who are you and who sent you? Remember those old church mothers used to say, we used to think that was stupid, honey. But now as I got older, they were right, because we have to realize that there are some men that the devil sent in our lives to distract us. Okay, here she go, child.
Part. And so a lot of the ways that I carried myself in my 20s was
140.
We're in love with Meagan Good, and you dated some interesting people. You dated 50 Cent, right?
I did. To be honest, to be honest, and just for clarity on that, that was over a decade ago.
Wow, really?
You know, when we dated, and it was for about a year, and I kept it under the radar intentionally. She did, because at that time in my career, I had just come off of Biker Boys. I had just did the music video, and my career was going in a really great way. And what I didn't want was my connection
fair
to
use,
him
fair use,
to
fair
be a
use.
catalyst in any type of success that I had. I didn't want anything from him. I'm not the
Fair
type of
use,
person.
fair
I've always
use.
made
Are
my
you
own
guys
money.
hearing
I've always
it?
taken care of myself. I've always taken care of my family. So for me, it was really about protecting myself, because if people couldn't see the relationship for what it was, they would label me a certain way. So I just kept it under the radar. And the fact that people found out 10 years later, I'm like, that was like 21. But here's the thing, is like 50 is actually like a really great guy.
I saw him the other night.
He's the nicest guy ever. Great conversationalist, kind of, you know, in touch with his emotions. Very in touch with his emotions. I think, but just
Get to the part and say she's
people would be surprised. People would be surprised at what a nice human being he is. You have to remember, it's someone that was raised by their grandmother. So by all accounts, even what you see in the public eye is not necessarily a true representation of that person's heart. And I wouldn't have been with somebody who was a negative person or a mean person or whatever it was. It was
fair use,
definitely
fair use,
a
fair use.
person that when I knew him.
I think sometimes he lashes out on Instagram.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it
he'll kinda
because
get
I don't
thrown
want
in
to
the
play too much of it, and I'll find the part where she said he's the love of my life. Go ahead, ladies. Where's the part that says, can you guys hear me? That says, somebody says all the blame is on her. No, honey, you haven't listened to my video. I've been dragging him too because he shouldn't have married her. No, honey, you haven't listened to my video. Wait a minute. I've been dragging him too because he shouldn't
I don't think they get it. Like, you're saying these things about Meagan to show that his discernment wasn't there.
Right.
So I feel like you're saying you, like, all this evidence, all this data has been out in the world, and you still chose this woman as your wife, and you expected her to uphold the standards of your lifestyle, his lifestyle. So that's what I feel like they're missing, is not putting all the blame on Meagan.
Right.
It's showing that he's calling himself a pastor, but he knew good and well that they were unequally yoked, but he liked the image. He wanted to, yes. I don't want to put words in people's mouth, but he probably pushed that book and other things. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're not blaming. You're right. You sum it up beautifully. I love that. As a pastor, as an elder, let's say elder, because some people say he ain't a pastor, but an elder is a pastor. Okay, read your Bible, children. Read your Bible. You're supposed to have discernment. You are the Moses. You are leading the people. You're supposed to see and hear. And your discernment, you are coming into covenant with a woman who the Bible clearly states you should not marry an unbeliever. You should not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. So what does that say to you as a pastor who is standing before God and leading God's people, and you're marrying people and you're counseling people, but you didn't have the discernment to see that this wasn't it? Oh, here's it. I found it. All the blame on Meg now. Christian folks, we can do better than this. No, honey, you must just come over here. I've made 4 videos. You must just come over here, babes. Go ahead, ladies.
Yeah, I think I'm just using this as a learning, I don't know, an example for me just to stay open and communicate, because you can really get wrapped up in love or like a good image because they did look good together. But it's more than that. And that communication and finance piece is like the top 2 reasons I think for divorces. And I think we can see it in this. I just can't wait for the truth to come out and see if they let us know, what really happened so we can learn from it. And I just want to know if they really waited now.
That's what
God really tell them?
Channel. It's a learning channel over here. How can we take this and apply, ladies? Okay, we do it all the time. See, what we do is we marry the men we have to fix up, build up, take care of. We marry the Pookies and the Ray Rays and the Tyrones. Okay, those are the men we marry. But the men, they marry the woman of the world. And it's all in the Bible. And I'm like, well, how many more examples do we need? Because, in fact, we know that stuff happen. Like people who get married young, I overlook it. If you get married before 25, I don't overcount. Child, please. You was a baby. You didn't even know your brain wasn't even fully functioning at 25. Okay. But after that, I'm like, come on, sis. Now, come on now. You don't read the Bible. You should. You know what I mean? This is all for us to learn and to help us to realize that even though your flesh may be thumping after a person, they might not be the right person for you, because that foundation has to be right. It has to be right. Because if your foundation is not right, the house is not going to stand. Your marriage is not going to stand. And talk about those things. Talk about what you want. Talk about what you're not going to do. My husband already know. My husband is in sales and in marketing. He already know. Don't come to me talk about you moving down south. I am not coming. I already told you. I am not. I told you before I married you. And so you married me knowing me. If you get a job down there, I'm not coming. So please. Okay. We could move anywhere. Boston, Massachusetts, Connecticut, DC, Virginia. What's the other states? Anything up here. But I'm not crossing the southern border. So you need to really, really talk those things through. And men think that, in my book, 23 Types of Guys, I talk about the rescuer. They think they can rescue these women. Engine number 9. Is that what the saying go? And rescue these women. Just like we, as women, think we can rescue these men and turn them into a king. And we can't.
Right. I learned from this that although God has his will, if you're not aligned with it, if you're not doing the work to stay aligned with his will, it can easily, whatever it is, business, marriage, anything, it could easily all fall apart because you're not doing what you need to do, or you're not willing to keep working at whatever goal or whatever end goal you're trying to reach. So for me, at first I was like, wait a minute. How they say God put them together and now they're getting a divorce? Like, would God want them to have a divorce? And I say no. I'm like, just because they didn't work doesn't mean that God was wrong in any way. It just means that we have to be right. We have to be ready. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's definitely a learning lesson. I don't know much about them as a couple, but I just think it's sad. It's sad, but yeah, but it's not a failed, I don't think this is a failed marriage in the sense that I think they really greatly impact people so much. So I don't think the people they've impacted need to lose sight of what they've learned from them, or throw away anything that they gained from their books, their prayers, their lives, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have to listen to it and find the spot, because they at the end they ask her, you're married to a pastor, so you're a first lady. And she was like, evidently.
What?
Wait. I gotta find the other part where they say the love of their life.
Like, your ass is lying. Okay, so you've had your relationships and now you're married.
Yeah.
And your husband is a minister.
Yeah.
So you're a first lady.
Evidently.
How do you balance?
Did you hear it?
Yes.
What about?
Oh God, that's funny. Evidently. It's I love what you said, Miss. It's that discernment. But you know what it is? We just want what we want. Like, the picture, the vision. We want what we want.
Right. But there's work behind that.
Oh yeah.
There's work, like even the things I've battled with. Yes, I fasted. Yes, I prayed. Yes, I read my Bible. But from day to day, the healing isn't over. Like I still got to continue to put the right things in front of my eyes, my ears, the right thoughts. I still have to continue that journey. So it never ends. Like, so yeah, you have this vision, but there's like a lot of work behind that vision.
It's a lot of work. Miss Zara says she loves your testimony.
Thank you, Zara. Zara.
Alexis, what happened to you, girl? Go ahead, Kimberly.
I just still have a question about the part they said God put them together. Is it possible that God could have put them together for a season? I mean, I don't believe in the divorce
I don't
part
believe in that.
unless he cheated.
I have a problem. I've heard a lot of people saying that. Oh, put together for a season. God don't want us to get divorced. Does divorce happen? And we read in the Old Testament, the Bible says, in the beginning, it was not so, but because of the hardness of the heart of man, God permitted Moses to write a letter of divorcement. So God's will is not for us to get divorced. Do people get divorced? I told you, if Michael abandoned me, abused me, adultery, if y'all hear Janice is divorcing Michael, you guys saw them. I said, well, I guess he either hit her, cheated on her, or he abandoned her. Okay, but I don't believe that. I do not believe that God put them together for a season. I don't believe that. I just do not believe that. Oh, God is going to put you together for 6 months. I don't believe it. I just don't. I don't believe that. And I think that when we're in our pain, I love Miss Hyger, write that book, is that we can seize things and sense things that we think God is saying, but it might not be God. I mean, the girl wasn't saved. I mean, but that's just what I think. I just don't think so. What y'all think? Soul Digest. What y'all think about it?
I don't know. I'm still pondering. It's still I had about 15, 20 different emotions about this. I was like, what? Because, and I'm sure it hits home with Kimberly as well, because we both have this abstinence journey, and you hear that they started with that and then it ended here. It's a little off-putting, but we don't know about their relationship. We don't know the ins and outs. A lot of these people in the comments want to talk about you're not talking about him and what he did. We don't know what he did. We like all we know is what's out there. So I don't know. It's sad. It's sad, but I'm definitely learning from it.
And I think that's what's important. That's the thing about my channel is we can learn from it. Like anybody that's been listening to me for a year, you should not marry the wrong man. There's no way you can marry the wrong dude now. There's no way. And as women, we know we have to control our emotions. For women, our emotions is that 2-year-old. So those of us who's had kids, or you've had a 2-year-old niece or nephew, and he's, like, woo, sweet Jesus, get the oil, put them underneath the altar and leave them there. Okay, that's our emotion. Nicole, I have to find it. And what do you mean, Lauren? What do you mean you start dressing different, you start acting like them? Be careful. What do you mean acting like them? Just all we're doing is talk about
dressing. She's talking about the soul ties. When you're just sleeping with people.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say with Kimberly's sweater, she has a beautiful fall sweater on and this very sexy necklace. She, got a little something right there. That's very pretty. You don't need to. You don't need to wear a turtleneck. You all the way up here all the time. No, show a little something. I told you, Michael came in and sit right next to me, honey. And I'm sure he probably saw that little long legs with his fishnet stockings sticking out. Okay. We all saw this coming that she doesn't want to be let go of the world. It's a huge red flag. I heard he filed for divorce.
I didn't see it coming. I can't say that.
I didn't see divorce coming, but when she was coming outside looking 3 and 4 and 5 shades lighter, I was like, something not right. Like something, I don't know if you saw those pictures where everybody was like, she's bleaching or she's doing something to her skin. And it kind of circled back to like what I said at the beginning of the live when she talked about trying to conform to the industry standards and taking diet pills and starving herself. So I felt like she's never really been whole or had that self-love that she needed to be in any healthy relationship. She could have overcame it, we don't know, but those pictures made me think, is she still battling with that, with her perception and how she's viewed and things like that? Because to us, she's banging. So it's crazy to know that maybe she does not feel that way about herself.
And then she said it was an accident. How you accidentally bleach your skin?
No,
I just want to know. How you accidentally bleach your skin?
See, I think that's why I was so blindsided, because I really didn't follow her, and I just know like the viral moments, I guess, maybe with them. So I didn't know all of this was going on behind the scenes. So this is just new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw the thing, and I was gonna do this. There's a lot of things I want to do a video on. That's why I said on my allegedly Janice, I'm gonna do celebrities. I saw it, and everybody was talking about it, and I'm like, oh, child, she's bleaching her skin, and it was a big thing. Because whenever I hate, I don't like to talk about colorism over here because when I say it comes out wrong, okay, but. It was a big thing. It was in the news. Girl was on Twitter and Facebook, and you said, "Oh, she bleached her skin," and it looked like she was bleaching her skin, and then now she came and said it was an accident. I don't know how that's an accident. I mean,
right?
I use day cream.
I agree with Tracy.
I use night cream. I use Avena pads on my face. I can tell when Alexia clean her face with Avena pads because her face is real clean and pretty, and I can tell when she don't clean her face. So I'm just saying, when you put stuff on your face, don't you read to see what you're putting on your face?
Tracy Robinson said, I think that he needed to hurry up and divorce her because in California, the law, the 10-year mark is a big deal. And he's got 1 more year to finalize the divorce before the rules change. And there's that side of it too, because he does seem like he is about that business side.
Oh yeah, so, that's why. And I said that in my video yesterday that 10 he's getting it before that 10 years because Tom Cruise did the same thing. He divorced his wife at 9 years. We thought, it was a big. Remember that when he was on Oprah's Coach Jumping Child, we was all like, oh, child, we thought they was happy. we were in shock. Like, oh my God, he's divorcing the girl. What happened? He was not about to let up off that money.
Can we talk about this joint statement though that they put out?
I have it. You have it there in front of you, girl. Go ahead.
I don't have it in front of me, but I'm like, if y'all that doggone cozy and acquainted, what was the reason for the divorce?
Yeah, but that's probably an old picture. Can y'all see it?
Yeah,
I can't see the words. I see the picture.
Okay, well, let me read it. I'll read one line and y'all translate. That's probably an old picture. You know how, they look like they were working out and, Well, I got to put this other picture up of. Okay, so number one, Devon, after much prayer and consideration, we have decided to go into our future separately, but forever connected. Go ahead and translate it, ladies.
That's what I was thinking. Were they going to still try to be around each other, under the table, behind the scenes, or even out in public, just to keep up, just to keep up an image
in there, though?
Huh?
He made sure he threw prayer in there, though, in that first line.
And see, that's what I knew him from. All the praying that he did, like one girl said, with his eyes so shut, so tight. Like that's all I knew. He was always praying for everything. It was just,
Kimberly,
I don't know.
Why would those videos pop up on my timeline? I'm like, where is he? He's just standing in the sun all on his forehead with his eyes closed. I'm like, where is he?
Okay.
Because it's like, if y'all can be that cordial, release a joint statement. They both release the same exact statement, same exact picture. Why can't y'all just work it out?
Well, they probably have, they got money, child. They probably may have no, they probably have a, what's the person called to write what you want to say? They probably had a publicist, and he's a man of God, and he's going to do this a cordial way and all of that stuff. Okay. Okay. Yes, honey. Yes, child. The next line said, we celebrate almost a decade of marriage together and a love that is eternal. Eternal. Now, come on, ladies, decode eternal. Okay, eternal means forever.
Right. So forever love that you can't work on.
This is one of the tanning pictures.
Yep, she looks a little lighter.
There was one lighter than that. I don't know.
That's the one. This one.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
The financial part bothers me, though. That he, I don't know. Everyone's saying he waited until the 10-year part, and then why right here at Christmas?
Right.
Well, maybe you want to file.
She knew, though. I think they've been done.
Rumor has it they've been separated for 6 months, child. Did you see those pictures in Puerto Rico, wherever she went, child? Girl, it was sexy, child. It was. She was letting it all.
I think they've been, because for her to come out like that at Halloween, I think they've been done.
Yeah. They go on to say there is no one at fault. So why y'all getting a divorce? There's no one at fault. We believe this is the next best chapter in the evolution of our love.
Oh.
But it's an evolution.
Growing.
Continuous.
But
the divorce is final. That don't even make... Okay.
How is no one at fault? If no one is at fault, then work it out. They're getting divorced for irreconcilable differences or something. So, my thing is, it's both people have to work at the marriage. I don't care what it is. You both have to work at it to make it work. Okay? And I just think, she's just want to return to the streets.
Oh, you said she wanted to return to
the streets. We are incredibly grateful for the life-changing years we've spent together as husband and wife. We are also extremely thankful to God for the testimony being created inside us both and for blessing our lives with each other. That's what they see. Joint statement.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm lost. It's not adding up. It's not making sense. A lot of details are missing. So hopefully the truth will come out. Someone also mentioned Will Smith with this. So I hope that's not true.
Yeah, well, what happened was he did I'm telling you, I've been watching. It's a lot of stuff. He had a session with Will Smith, child, so Will Smith could tell him how to be a good husband, something like that. Girl, when y'all
Will Smith. No, Will Smith.
When you done, I've been going down the rabbit because I've been home because
not Mr. Swing from tree to tree.
Little Michael's school's been closed. They closed early because of the COVID, and my husband is working from home, and he's 6, child. He can't sit upstairs, and so I've been home. So, girl, I've been going down the rabbit hole. And honey, he had a meeting with Will Smith, and he had a meeting with what's the Jesse, the girl Lin Ming, husband. Mi Ming, or what's the girl on The Real Husband? Jay-Z, Jersey something.
Not Jeezy.
Oh, yes, girl. Yes, girl. Yes. He had to meet with her, girl.
Just close the case.
Go ahead, go down the rabbit hole, and we could go live on one of y'all channels tomorrow and talk more about it, okay? Because, girl, I've been going down the rabbit hole, and this is why I'm like, well, why did they get married?
Right. Of all people. Of all people he could sit down and talk with, those are the ones he chose.
That wasn't it. That probably did the opposite versus else. That's right. Crazy.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Now, what do you guys think about? What do you ladies think about people talking? I'm really just so sick and tired of people talking about the church. It's like they just expect anything to go in the church, and the church is the only religion that allow all this foolishness, because you can't go in no other institution and tell them how you can't do it to the Muslim brothers and sisters. You can't do. We the only one. You want to come in here looking like this, and we supposed to accept it because it's love. It's love. That's how you show love, is accepting me. Because the Bible says, "Come as you are," and this is not what the Bible talks about. If that's all you have, then come as you are. If you just came down off the pole on your way home and you want to stop at the church, come on. Okay.
But if there should be grace, though. I understand what you're saying. Like, yes, there's a standard, there's protocol. I get that, but these church people were nasty to her on Facebook, Twitter, all these other social media sites. So I think sometimes the people from the church going so hard, it does worse than good. There's you could have, like how you said, there's a standard. They could simply just say that, but to call her a hoe and this and that, and like to drag her, like I saw it was people from my church reposted her picture on Facebook when she wore the little low-cut dress, talking about her boobs and stuff like that. And I think that's when you're crossing the line and you're doing more damage than good. At the same time, this man, you're pursuing her, you're courting her, you put a ring on her finger, you found her as your wife. You gotta pick a side. You gotta pick a side. He was, I don't want to call names or nothing. I don't want to call him lukewarm or nothing like that. But how do you get in the pulpit of the church and work in the church and then say, this is okay, there's nothing wrong with her dress, there's nothing wrong with this or that? So I feel like part of me feels sad for her, because I'm a PK, I'm a preacher's kid, so I understand the shame, the judgment that comes with being in the church. And I understand the fact that she's been going through this her whole life, being in the acting industry as a child actor and an adult actress, and then going to the church, and pretty much ain't nothing changed. they judging her too. But I think it's up to the people around her, the man that chose her to inform her.
The preacher. He
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't have married her. I'm always fascinated by these comments. John
Mm-hmm.
JC, if Mike goes broke. You know what the Bible says? It says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. So you know what that tells me is a good man plan. And John JC, you letting us, you know, that you're not too financially literate. You have to be financially illiterate to say something like this if Mike goes broke. We've been married going on 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
9 years. If we've been married 9 years and we don't have an emergency fund or anything like that, then we'll be me and we'll be us. Okay. We'll be us. And let me tell you another thing, ladies. Choose a man that's marketable. That's one of my dating thing is choose somebody who is marketable. And the ladies, that is a question you ask him before you marry him. I asked him, I said, Mike, so what happens if you lose your job? Because you know, I got to eat. I like to eat. He said, well, he said, well, you know, most likely I will get a package. Hello, thank you, Jesus, a package. And then he said, I will come home, get a few suits, and get on the first thing smoking to DC. I'll have a job in 2 days. Marketability.
And a man with a plan. It's important. We have to know what he's playing.
Okay, not typical kinfolk. You die, we have to fry chicken to bury you. No. A man, good man. Lord gave me that revelation. Good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. That's 2 generations. So that means you are playing in. You're not living. We know some people, you have to start out paycheck to paycheck. But after a while, you got to save that money up. Save that money up and have a plan. What happens if you lose your job? Okay, John JC. So you don't have to worry about my husband going broke, baby. We are playing. We're tithers. We haven't been into the sanctuary going on 2 years, but I tell you one thing: if you pull up our tithing record, my husband tithe every month. He gets on the computer at the end of every month and pay our tithes and offering. Okay. What therefore God has joined together, let no man put asunder, no human must separate them. But you know, they say God said, you know, that's why I don't, you know, y'all need to stop with God. Black women really need to hear from God. Mm-hmm. Hey, Rosaline, I don't think she said 50 was the love of her. I have to watch it. I have to rewatch it. There's a clip where she said that. There's a couple of clips. I don't think so. I
thought you just played the clip where she said it earlier.
No, she said she dated him, but there's a part that say he's the love of my life. Did you hear it?
I thought I did, because maybe I was just shocked that she dated 50 Cent, period. And what does he have on these women? Because Vivica was still so in love with him.
I'm telling you, girl, I think he has a gold one. After I heard that, I said, I believe. I was convinced. You know, I was a little I was a little shaky at first. I was saying, well, maybe, you know, maybe, but I said, maybe Chris got one, girl. But when I heard her say, I believe it. I was convinced. There are gold ones out here. They said that they didn't have sex in marriage, so it wouldn't be considered soul time. But you know, sex is a part of having soul ties, but you can have soul time. I had this whole time my college sweetheart. We didn't even kiss. Staying up on the phone all night with him, planning, I love you, falling asleep on the phone. 3 years it took me to get that man out of my spirit. 3 years, my whole time in college. So I never dated while I was in college because I was crying over him because my heart was broken. Rachel, hey Ray! What's up, Rachel? You want to come up? People are so stuck at them being relationship goals. They only look decent on the eyes together. They were not equally yoked, so they were doomed from the beginning.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We can't force them to be together.
Right. You got to be careful what you ask for. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So to try to mirror your relationship after somebody or call them goals, what are you saying? What are you really saying?
But you know what? Even with that, my thing is, This is the thing I don't like about some people. You still gonna come to church with the titties hanging out and demand the church to accept you as a lot of people want the church to adopt to their standards and not you adapt to their standards. Right. Okay, it's just like the job. Our job has a dress code. No see-through, no belly shirts, no jeans underage. You're not supposed to wear jeans. No skirt all the way up in your thighs. But people still do it. You know the freaking rules and the laws and the regulations. They're passing out every year and every summer. Every summer and summer you have to sign. So when you get in trouble, you know what they do? They look for your signature. Miss Hilton, you signed right here on June 15th at 2 p.m. that you understood you should not wear no belly shirt to work. Did you not sign this? Is this not your signature? But people still do it, you know, because we want the job to confirm to us. I've been there 6 years. I've never gotten in trouble for my clothes because I'm all about following the rules. And so if you know the church don't want you coming in the church walking around with the titties hanging out, why are you walking around in the church and the titties hanging out? I just don't understand.
Right. And he defended her so hard about her wardrobe, the way she was.
As he should, because that's her husband.
Yep. And so that's why I thought they would be together. It was like a bond they had. I don't know. It's just weird to me.
I think he had to do it because that is his wife and that is the right thing to do. But I think behind closed door was something else because we all know. Come on. And especially with him being a pastor, an elder, let's say elder. Let's say elder. So why didn't you see it coming? Why didn't I see it?
I think she was saying that to me earlier, that I said I did not see it coming, but it's because I don't follow them. The only thing I see about them is the viral moments and when he's praying, you know.
When she burned them eggs, I saw it coming. Oh, there was a clip, girl. There was another clip, girl, when she made jambalaya or something. What is it called? Jamboree. What is it? Jamboree.
Jambalaya.
Jumbo something. And she was doing on camera. He was tasting it. And you know, like Lou Michael with oatmeal.
No.
What?
And he said, and he said, what does it taste like? He said, it tastes like rice. She said, wait, it don't taste like jambalaya. She said, he said, and he put it down, and he said, I'm gonna eat it. Girl, he said.
That reminds me of, have you seen that episode of Martin? I think it was Gina cooked, and he was like, dang, I swallowed it. Like, he was like, oh my God.
Now I want to see that too. That's why I don't cook.
You ladies, go down the rabbit hole, girl. I was sitting here like, girl, what? He give her the. Wait, let me see if I can find it. It was so fun.
He could just hire him a chef. He knew the girl couldn't cook.
Right. Yeah, that would have been the last meal I cooked, though.
He said, what it tastes like?
Rice.
Here it is. Is this the one? Is this the one? And he said, what it tastes like? Fails at cooking. Okay, here we go. Girl, I went down the rabbit hole.
This new drug-free toenail fungus treatment is...
Girl, I was going down the rabbit hole. I said, what? He cooked jambalaya. I said, what? She said, don't it taste like rice? He was like, no, he said, what it tastes like? He was like, it tastes, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Creole seasoning.
Okay, where's the part that she's giving it to him? And he said, okay, here go.
You know, like that Creole
Here go.
Man, it tastes good. It's like a chicken and rice dish.
Chicken.
But it don't taste like jambalaya at all. Does it taste Creole at all?
Did y'all hear it?
Unfortunately. Wow.
He was like, no, unfortunately, no.
And you can hear the disappointment in her voice. Like, she probably really thought she had did something.
Mm-hmm.
There was no like, this was not the first time she did that, because he's unfortunately no. He was just so sharp.
But you know what, men, like that's another reason I couldn't marry a Caribbean man. Every woman that I know who's married Caribbean may have problems, because you got to be able to cook that food. Let me tell you. You got to be able to cook that food, honey. And I've perfected curry chicken, but honey, I cannot that curry goat.
Stay away from Caribbean men.
Oh, forget it,
African
honey.
African too, Kim, right? African on there.
No, honey. Even if you've got to cook.
Mm-hmm.
All the African wives at my job, they go home and cook every day. Every day they go home, not me. And another thing I told my husband, I say, me and Lex have been on my own since I was 16. I have never cooked every day, and I will never cook every day. So if you need me to cook every day, tell me now. Girl, I was off for my 40th birthday. I took a month off. I told Mike I don't want to party. I want gifts, of course. And I want to take a whole month off. So I said, oh, child, I'm going to try to cook every day, girl. By Thursday, I was tired. I was like, oh, child, no, I just can't do it. Not for me. No, you have to be able to cook that food.
I dated African. It was like every single time I come over, would you cook? What? What do you mean would I cook? Would you cook? Like, I'm ready to eat. Wait, you just thought a meal was gonna be hot and ready because you walked through the door?
Oh yeah, honey. That's
why I dated a Nigerian.
A lot of African men will come over, marry the woman, whoever, to get the papers. As soon as they get the papers, they divorce and may marry those African women because they could cook their food. I know this one girl when I first started at the job. She could not cook. He would cook and bring us lunch. Child, then he divorced her and married a girl from Trinidad, wherever he's from Trinidad. I married a girl from Trinidad, girl. She cooking that food. You gotta cook that food.
No, it was still too close to Christmas. I don't care. He shouldn't have did that right here at Christmas.
Right. Maybe he didn't want to create another Christmas.
I need my present.
Right. Oh, let's share links, ladies. I forgot the next couple of lives. Please, just somebody remind me, Janice. Let's drop links because I keep forgetting. Kimberly has a channel. Kimberly, what's going on your channel? What you talking about?
On my channel, I post my travels. I love to travel. The latest one I posted was the girls' trip. I went to Greece. We went to Athens, Santorini, Mykonos, and Crete. So we had a great time there. So I post that. And then I also do like a live watch of Ready to Love on Fridays and Married at First Sight when it comes back in January.
Oh, you're doing Married at First Sight?
Yes, I enjoy it. And I think someone said it's going to be 3 hours. So I would be there the whole 3 hours.
Yes, ladies, how come down? Did we miss her?
Yeah, I didn't even see her.
I didn't see her once.
Hey,
yes, this is true, Auntie. That's definitely true. How did we miss Auntie? Did y'all see Auntie showing up?
I did not see her. Man. But yes, Jenny, I emailed you that I reached the 1,000 subscriber mark, but I think I emailed the wrong one. I did.
What email did you send me to? I didn't get no email.
I probably did the mentor. I know. I think I always do the opposite one. So,
no, because for some reason I'm having issues with that email because I left a message.
I can check.
on here for you to email me so I could send you books for Christmas. Miss, did I send you books for Christmas? Did I get your address?
You have mine, but I got all your books. But if you want to send some more, you can.
Yeah, for my admins, I want to make sure I take care of send y'all some couple of books y'all could give out. Of course, Amazon is so backed up.
Yes, they are. I've ordered some stuff. I had to order a new phone. Yeah.
So, they keep sending me emails like your delivery date changed. I was like, you know what?
Right.
Miss, talk to us about your channel. What's going on? I know you're doing so good with that Ready to Love walkthrough trailer, girl.
Yeah.
Girl, you know my birthday. My birthday's coming up.
You already
know she's rolling. What's funny? I know
Miss your birthday coming. You got another birthday. I'll be checking it every day, like how much
I know she's rolling. Are you rolling in the domicile?
I mean, next month I will be because that's when it's going to hit. But yes, I do Ready to Love. I'm on the fence about Married at First Sight. This last season just threw me. So I don't know if I'm going to do Married at First Sight. But right now it's Ready to Love. Put a ring on it when it comes back. But topic like this.
I'll put a ring on it. It's come back in January?
No, I don't know when. I said when it comes back. I think it should be soon. Because they were casting during the last season. So they should be airing soon.
Oh, yes. They taped 2 seasons. Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
Chloe.
Hey, Chloe. Ooh, child, I'm hot. Child, I need to turn the heat down.
I need to pay attention to these comments because I'm not seeing anybody. I'm just talking and
I'm putting them. I try to get the comments up. Let's drop some links. Just drop some links, ladies. Anything else we want to talk about? I didn't watch Ready to Love, but honey, I heard it was scandalous. I'll probably watch it this weekend, Friday or something. I don't know what that means. I mean, but ladies, we just have to learn. We just have
That's
to learn.
A good one.
Which one?
That's a good question though. Can HOE be a housewife? Can I mean a first lady?
You know what they say.
Can she?
I mean, if a pastor make her one, I mean, who are we to say she can't be one?
That's true. And that's why I was saying, like, when I dated the minister, I told him no. If he wanted to become a pastor, I told him I could not marry him because I do not want to be a first lady. I did a lot of stuff in my 20s. I don't need none of that stuff being thrown back up in my face by a congregation like they did Meagan. So I had to bow gracefully on that one.
I mean, we all have a past. There's no perfect person. I think it's what you're doing now. I mean, we all of us have a past.
But they would tear me to pieces not cooking. Not wanting to cook.
Don't you dare tell them church mothers there, child. They're gonna be at your house.
Baby, you need to
come on here.
Now I can clean. I love cleaning. I love to clean laundry. I do everything else, but cooking.
No, man, honey. What they say? What they say? What they say? I forgot what they say, girl. The mamas will come over there and teach you to cook.
Baby, you got to cook for the pastor.
Pastor's always hungry, girl. She don't. Right. Pastor's always hungry. He looking hungry, girl. All the ladies are gonna bring him to food every Sunday.
Girl, let me tell you. Let me tell you, my aunt passed away last week. Tell me why all the little single women, older women in the church was all up on my uncle this past Sunday. Like, hi, my husband passed away too, so I understand what you're going through. And I was like, if this happens, though, get it out my uncle's face. Like, we even had her funeral yet. Let me tell you, it's like they will
they don't
will
play.
run up.
They don't play. Those church ladies, they don't know, honey. They're lined up.
Mm-mm. They don't waste no time. They be looking. They be
and
waiting.
how old is your uncle? How old is he?
Huh?
How old is your uncle?
He's in his 70s now. But these women,
he'll be married by February.
Right. The way them women was, I'm telling you, women that never spoke to him when my auntie was living were all up in his face, asking questions. And I'm like, what?
Right.
Mm-mm. They're gonna do the same thing to Divine on Sunday.
He's gonna if he's
altar
learned
call
his
line will
lesson.
be full.
if he might be on the market for 2 years. It's COVID. We got add that in there.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be on the market, and he's gonna find he's learned his lesson. He's gonna find him a nice, we really don't know what happened. I mean, he could have been, we don't know, but nobody has had anything bad to say about him, so that's a good thing. But the truth is, we really don't know what was going on, so that is true. But he'll be married in a minute.
Literally, because we see what others have done, I guess, who have broken up and they move right along, like somebody brought up earlier.
Especially the men.
Yeah. Yep. Wow.
Alyssa, me either, honey. I stopped donating to funerals years ago. No, we all know.
Are people still doing that? They don't have insurance.
They still be frying chicken down at the church.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But you hear Woody said, child, he's spending all his money. He's not leaving nothing because he can't take it with him. And I'm like, well, what about how much to bury you? We need to bury you.
Right.
Yes, Chloe, man with a plan, honey. So let's try some links. Who in here have a channel? Rachel, Chloe. Wait, I missed that review. How do you clearly hear from God? You need to know how God speaks to you. For me, sometimes it's through the Holy Spirit, or sometimes for me, dreams. So I'm a dreamer. I dream dreams.
Same.
Okay. And so I had mentioned one of my other videos. I had agreed to do a business plan with 2 people. I didn't pray about it. I thought, oh, is this beautiful? Just a couple of dollars. And the day I paid the money, the night I had a dream, the Lord said, don't do it. Trouble is coming for them, so don't do it. And then he said, you didn't even pray about it. So if I had prayed about it, the Lord would have told me not to do it. Okay. God also speaks to us through his word. That's why it's important for us to read the word every day. This is why, wait a minute. Well, she's, he's not saved. I'm going to do my video in the morning. I'm going to do in my book, 23 Times the Guys, I wrote about what I wanted. So we're going to talk about if I had the opposite. I wouldn't still be married because, Janice has a slick mouth. Maybe he was to be her husband, but she decided she still didn't want kids. Oh my God. Ooh, he said he got the magic stick, honey. I believe it.
That's a good point. I forgot about that.
I believe it, girl. I believe he got it. He said he got the magic stick. Can somebody drop my channel for me? Ladies, I'm going to try to get my allegedly Janice approved. Well, let's talk a little bit about me. No, girl. I fell off with NaNoWriMo.
It's already over 1,000, right?
No, my allegedly Janice, girl, I'm at 720 or so.
You were over 1,000. I swore you were.
Not for allegedly Janice.
Yes, I thought it was 1.7 or something.
No, girl, what channel you look a prophet? You know what? I receive it in Jesus' prophesy. NaNoWriMo.
Wow.
NaNoWriMo. Do you know we went over our eating out budget last month? I was shocked, girl. When I was like, wait a minute, wait. Why are we over budget. I was like, what was I doing? I did NaNoWriMo last month. And so I went over, so I didn't get to do a lot. But it was a learning. I'll never do NaNoWriMo again. I learned that. So all these years I did NaNoWriMo, now I know, ma'am, unless I'm home. Oh my God, women are laughing at Meg's ordeal. This is embarrassing. How do you begin to laugh at another? Oh God, Jesus. Girl,
she's been talking in the comments.
She's been.
But she's still here for the whole live.
Right. Girl, actually, Orby, girl, you missed everything. Actually, Orby, do you want to come up? Actually, Orby's one of our new YouTube cousins. We need to love and
What's her name?
She talks about
yes, I subscribe to her. Yes.
Actually, want to come up. Come up here. You know, you could just use your voice if you're not, you don't want to show your face. I haven't been able to catch one of her lives.
I think I caught one of her lives.
Huh?
I can't find her page. Let me see.
Right. Well, I need to upgrade my prescription.
Right.
You know what it is? Judge everything. I know, they hate, that's another thing they hate to talk about. The Bible said don't judge. That's what the Bible mean, okay? It talks about your eternal salvation, where you're going to leave, because just like the man on the cross, he got saved on the cross. So everybody thought he was going to be in hell, but honey, Jesus said, I will see you in paradise. That's what he's talking about. But you know what I do, ladies? Judge everything by the word. If you you start doing that, you take what people say and you take the word. Girl, I just be over here in the corner like, that's not the Bible said, but my business. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. And you know who it reminds me of too is Pastor Jamal Bryant when he dated Tweet, the singer.
Girl.
And now that one I knew was not going to work.
The foolery of it all.
He was with her named Giselle too, the housewife.
Yeah, and then they got back together and broke up again.
Right. Child. Now, see, they came out in the 90s, honey. In the 90s, all this stuff was Jamal Bryant with him allegedly getting the underage girl pregnant.
Child.
The preacher who died in the hotel in the New York. I knew he wasn't right. Okay. I pray for his soul. And the Eddie Long. I could not watch Eddie Long.
I was a fan. I was young though.
It was a muscle shirt. I'm like, why is he up there with that muscle shirt and that vest?
No, ma'am. That was a telltale sign.
I was like, early 20s, mid 20s or something. I was on his page the other day looking at old videos. Hey, somebody joined us.
Is my mic working this time?
We hear you perfectly well, darling. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness. I was like, the devil is busy today.
Yes, he is.
And then too, I know your comments are not in real time on your end. So by the time you get to our comments, you are way past whatever it is we're talking about. But yeah, I agree with everything that you all said. I'm just, my thing is, everybody kind of says the same thing, like God confirmed. And my thing is, I don't know if there's any real way, to really know, because like you just said about Pastor Brian and everybody else, like it's a lot of scandal going on within these quote unquote kingdom ordained marriages. So it's kind of like you have to use a little bit, like you said, I don't know, because when people make their decisions, they think it's discernment. So it's like they don't know it's not discernment until afterwards. That's why they say hindsight is 20/20. But you have to have practical things too, like you write in your books, like you have to have practical things. It can't be just, the Holy Spirit told me. Because it, like you said, with the Holy Spirit tell you to marry Pookie or Ray, that's not of God. So I don't know. It's a sticky subject because you don't know. Sometimes you just don't know if you're right. And a lot of times people get married, like you said, from either lust or, emotional reasons or whatever the case may be. So I don't know. I don't know how you would. How would you? I mean, it's no real way to remedy that. I don't think. I just think you have to be as practical as you can and
I
try
love
to.
that.
Yeah, because I just don't believe. I don't know. I don't know. Everybody just saying they heard from God, so it's hard.
And it's right. I stopped dating this guy. We grew up together. He was like, he don't eat leftovers. Well, boop, bye. Because Sister G is not cooking every day, child. I stopped dating him. Never went out with him again. Bye. Bye. I love leftovers. It's delicious. But this is for us to learn, ladies. It's for us to learn, and for the ladies over here, I'm trying get your emotions under control. Practical. I love that, Alexis. Be practical. Really be practical. Okay, you have to really be practical. Okay. For me, for example, I needed a man who was a born again believer. I could not marry somebody who's because I think that's the foundation. Everything else rests on that. Tithing rests on it. Raising our children for Christ rests on it. Praying rests on that. Sitting at the table, being an example. When he start acting up, I'm gonna be like, okay, you have a responsibility to God first. I wanted to get married at the church because if he start acting up, I'm gonna drag him down to the church. I threatened my husband one time to bring him to the pastor, which is his pastor, his frat house. He said, "Oh, don't do that, don't do that." I said, "Okay." I will. So you need to go fix that situation over there. Okay. But I don't know how people do it. I think like women, we think we can change them and we can't. And men think the same way. They think that they can change them and they're gonna love God like you do, and they're gonna be passionate about your ministry and you do. And it just cannot be the same thing. It's the same issue with David and Michael. Michael was throwing in David's face. She was like, "Is that the king of Israel dancing in his underclothes in front of all the women in Jerusalem?" Listen what David said. David checked her. It said it was God who took your daddy down and put me up. And the Bible say he divorced her. He never saw her again. That's what that means in the day he put her away. Never saw her face again. Okay, but Michael could not submit to David's ministry and his kingdom because he knew her. She knew him when he was a poor shepherd boy. Okay, and so even though he killed Goliath and became the king of Israel, and her father made him rich and made him tax free, she knew David was just a poor shepherd boy who my daddy made rich. So Michael could never submit to him or respect him like he was. Even when David went to war and fight the Philistines and came back and praising God, she was like, "Are you out here dancing in your underclothes?" And underclothes mean he took off his priestly garment, his kingly garment. He was dancing and he took off all his royal robes and he was dancing in his what we call underclothes, but it's not, like drawers. It was his underclothes, but it's not drawers under. Y'all know what I mean? It's like what he put the robe over. Okay. Hey, Ray. Hey, Ray. Hello. Hey,
Hi.
Marcia. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you. Who's talking, girl? Y'all say your name. Say your name.
This is Rachel. Can you hear me?
Hey, Rachel.
It's a little noisy.
It's noise, babe. Turn the TV off. Hello.
Janice, this is Marissa. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, I'll go on mute, but just want to make sure you're hearing me.
Mm-hmm. Ray, you ready?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, babe.
I had to get away from the craziness. Hi guys. I just wanted to come on real quick. I agree with everything you guys are saying. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I agree with everything you guys are saying. I think that Devon Franklin with him, that was a matter of him settling, right? So eventually through the years, bitterness brews. And when a person doesn't change when you think you're going to change them, eventually you get fed up. And that's why they're separating in a peaceful way, because he knew from the beginning, she knew from the beginning. And that could possibly be a reason why they're, separating this way, because eventually you just get fed up. You really do. Especially if you think you're going to change someone. You can't change someone. You can't. And I don't think that, as far as the people saying, like, the church bashing her and stuff like that, you have to understand, like, there's so many people who have a voice on social media. Not everyone is saved. You don't know who it's really coming from, that information and stuff. So you have to think about that as well. And as far as her, as far as her getting this information, as far as how she should be presenting herself, being so-called first lady, she didn't take the information and do anything with it, right? So that's why it would continue.
That's what I was saying. Right.
Yeah,
That's what I was
exactly.
saying.
Those are just
It's like a lot of people come in the church and they want the church to adapt to them versus you adapting to the standards of the church.
Yep.
Marissa?
Yeah, the thing I want to say is, if we're anchoring them not being together based on them not being a match or seeing red flags and ignoring them, and him saying God told me to marry her and all this, the thing is, you have to look for evidence, right? If your lifestyle is one where you worship and you serve, how can you be with somebody who ready to leave soon as the benediction is over?
Right.
Come on, Marissa, preach.
That's not gonna work. And I remember dating a guy like that. As soon as the benediction, I'm talking with the saints. He ready to go. He got his coat on. He started putting his coat on when they started praying. As soon as they started praying, his coat was on. You have to look for evidence, right? So if it's being met, what about tithing? One in dating, one question I would ask a guy, so as not to seem too much. Hey, what you up to for the weekend? If he ain't mentioning no worship service, he's not gonna be in any community or nobody of those are things you can listen for. And if it's important to worship, to serve, and somebody saying they really actively gonna go to church, there's something about that. I have a friend, she married a man, he went to church with her every Sunday. Every Sunday. The day after they got married, he stopped going. But here's the thing. So you might say to yourself, well, how can I tell in that situation he was going every Sunday? Here's the thing. Is he putting his coat on the benediction? Is he serving? Is he talking about he was serving or he want to serve on a security ministry or what have you? You have to watch people and make sure that what they're doing aligns with you. Going to church is not enough. And this is the last thing I'll say. I dated a guy. Let me tell you guys, he knew the word of God. He can spit the Bible. Do you know the devil know the Bible too, right?
Yes.
He knows the word. Okay, he knows the word. Okay, he knew the words, but the word, the capital W, wasn't in him. This man would intimidate me, come around my room, and try to pull the cover off me. Abusive, okay, for all intents and purposes. But you have to watch people. Just because they spit in the Bible doesn't mean it's in them.
Exactly.
I'll stop there.
That's right. And based on that, also you need to church history. And if he's just starting to go to church, when you go to church, well, I always ask, who's your pastor? Who can I talk to you that knows you? I asked my husband that. And I would talk to people he went to high school with, and there was a lady at the church that used to babysit him. You can't just trust people what they're saying, girl. I asking for the credit report, the W-2s. Take me to the bank, girl.
Yeah.
Take me to the job and give me the W-2. I just want to make sure, because people lie.
I'm seeing a guy now. We went to his church. He's serving. Okay. And then people came up to me. You got a good guy. Some of the elder men in the church. You know what I'm saying? You got to hear from other people about the person that you're with. It's that community. It's that accountability.
Right.
Where are they getting their counsel from?
Exactly. Who can I go talk to about you? That's something my father taught me. Who can I go talk to about you?
But see, this goes back, Janice, to what I said earlier. Like, yeah, we know the Bible says you'll know a tree by its fruits.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, they are still subject, because they're human.
Mm-hmm.
They are still subject to change.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pastor John Gray. Okay, he got caught in a situation with
Get
another
caught
lady
again and
outside of his
again
man.
and again.
Exactly. He done went down
Multiple.
to the church house, had TD Jakes praying all over him, and still got caught in another situation after that. Whether he was physically involved with the lady or not, he was still involved. And the Bible already says if you even look at another woman with lust, that's adultery. So at the end of the day, like, to me, that's why I said earlier about being practical and just kind of like, you kind of really do have to wish for the best. Like, you have to use your brain, like you said. Look at ABC, like you say all the time. You had your requirements. If it was one lacking, you will move on to the next person. So you do have to kind of just like pray, I think, for the best. And I really honestly think that maybe Devon Franklin did think that God spoke to him about her.
Right.
Although he saw the evidence that she wasn't all the way delivered from things. Like you said, I felt that he felt somewhere along the line she would just, as they use the word, evolve
Right.
into who he wanted or who he needed,
And
rather, for her to
I'm
be his
with you
wife.
on that with the praying, right? I dated a guy one time. I visited his apartment. I said, it's kind of empty in here, right? It had me going like, is this a place where they just take ladies and they, you know what I mean? Him and some buddies got up together and rented an apartment. Anyway, I prayed. I said, Lord, God said he will not hide things from you. He will uncover your eyes, right? So I said, Lord, tell me about this guy. I have never, since this time, God said, call his job. I have never before that or after that to call a man's job. Okay. I called his job. I don't know what God, the Spirit said, call his job, call the job. I said, hey, can I speak to so-and-so? They said, oh, he don't work here anymore.
My
Now,
Lord, my
2 days
Lord.
ago, he said he was going to work. Okay. So he came 2 days ago. He came to my place. He had on house clothes. I said, where are you coming from? Oh, I'm coming from work. Okay, all right. We hang out. He leaves. I said, where you going? I'm going to work. I said, so hold on. You had on work clothes. You got on chill clothes. You over here. You gonna go put on work clothes to go back to work? I said, okay.
Wow.
That was 2 days before calling his job. So what? He was lying, and God showed me. And then when I talked to him, I said, let's just be clear. This is over. But here's the thing. When people ask you what happened, don't tell them it's because I broke up with you. I wasn't cool. Tell them because you were lying.
Ooh, child.
God will reveal. I got a lot of stories I could tell, Janice, but I'm gonna hold my peace. But God will show you, and you have to heed when you hear something. To do something, you have to heed. You will get the answer. And that other guy who was spitting the Bible, God gave me a dream, and life was very dreary in this dream. I mean, it was down to I didn't even want to change my Facebook. In the dream, we got married, and I didn't want to change my Facebook status to get to married. There was a lot of anxiety around that. But what I prayed, I said, Lord, show me because I do not know. So I believe what Alexis is saying, that he thought he heard from God. I believe that. But we also, in tandem with that, have to open our eyes and go back to God. Lord, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Reconfirm, because it's just a sad situation if he did, and there's just some rub between what he was seeing and what he thought he heard.
Mm-hmm. You're right. Hey, Chloe.
Similar situation.
Hey, girl. I got a question because I'm just getting caught up on everything listening to you ladies talk. But did he make a statement as to why he filed for divorce?
Child, we read the statement. Chloe didn't hear the statement.
No, I didn't hear it. That's
Let me
why
read
I
it,
came in
girls.
late. Y'all know I be working, so I'm trying to piece the pieces together so I can make up my mind on how I feel about it.
It's a cute little sermonette. It says, after much prayer and consideration, we have decided to go on into our future separately but forever connected. We celebrate almost a decade of marriage together and a love that is eternal. There's no one at fault. We believe this is the next best chapter in the evolution of our love. We are incredibly grateful for the life-changing years we spent together as husband and wife. We are extremely thankful to God for the testimony being created inside us both and for blessing our lives with each other.
You hear that crap?
I heard it. So my question is, so why are we assuming that it has to do anything with her relationship with God?
Because we're not assuming, we're just talking about how from the beginning we just thought that it just wasn't, they were unequally yoked, so to speak. She wasn't a believer. He said, she's everything he did not want, but she said God said that's my husband, and then he believed that God said that's my husband, but they got married and they started having all these concerns. Like, he took her to counseling. She didn't know she had to cook for him, and then she became resentful because he wanted her to cook. And then with the kids situation, he said, well, he's going to allow her to come into her own. And then last year she was saying, well, I don't think I want to commit to being someone's mother, and does she really want to do this? And she froze her eggs when she was 35. So it's a lot of stuff out. There's a lot of videos. And then he went to talk to Will Smith about the problems they were having. Then he went to talk to, what's the man's name? I can't hear you, Kimberly.
Jeezy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's talking to all the worldly people about how to be a husband.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I was just sitting here and I was listening to you ladies, and I was just, because I was looking at some of the comments and they were asking like, oh, can a hoe be a first lady and this, that, and the other. But I was just sitting here and I was trying to piece the pieces together. That's why I was curious, because I was thinking like someone's past has nothing to do with their future. And just because you were one way doesn't mean you can't be saved and delivered.
That's
and
true.
go into, you walk into your, your faith.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, we're human, right? So like, I was raised in the church and I haven't always abided by that because I was so like, I was a church girl. So when I got out in the streets, I was out in the streets. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I also do know where I'm grounded and I do know where my faith is. And, things like that sometimes, you stray, you come back, you stray, you come back till you find your walk and you can stand in it. So that's why I was just curious as to like what happened for them to break up, because a part of me doesn't feel like it had to do with anything with her faith. So that's why I was just curious. I mean, maybe the cooking and the children, that might got something to do with it. But I just don't feel like it had to do with her walk with God.
She never adopted. He's a pastor. He's a first lady.
Right.
She's supposed to be a first lady. She never. Oh, here's the. Do I still have it here, Meagan? Good. Okay, wait a minute. Oh no, that's not the one. She never adopted to being first lady ish.
First lady ish, because this the only thing that I was thinking like, are we confusing her acting with her person? Like, are we integrating the persona that she comes off the character she play with who she really is? You know what I mean? Because we get caught up in the fact that that's her job. She may play a role, she may dress a type of way, but does that really mean that that's the type of person she is in real life? Because that's her job, that's her passion, that's the role she's decided to play, things like that. So I was just curious as to, is that was that part of the problem too? Like, did he have a problem with her, you know, maybe not wearing enough clothes in certain scenes, or maybe having to curse in a scene and things like
I don't
that?
know. I don't know if the acting has anything. I think that after the acting, she still behaved like she was acting, and I think that was an issue because she even shared about how she stopped going to church, you know, and so then I was wondering, so are you dressing that way going to church? And
Exactly.
I don't think she was dressing that way going
but
to
she
church.
said she stopped going to church because the people
I mean,
were
I
hating
know
on her.
she probably stopped going to church, but I don't think she was dressing that way going to church, because I doubt if he would have allowed that.
But I don't know now because she
He
said that's why
supported.
she stopped going to church.
Yeah, he supported her wearing and dressing like she wanted to. I saw the video where he defended her, saying that my wife
Yeah,
can dress how she wants to dress.
as
He said
he
it.
should, because
He's
that's his
right.
wife,
He
and
supported her
you're to protect.
publicly.
And then he is Seventh Day Adventist, honey. They are stricter than
Oh,
holiness.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, honey, Seventh Day Adventist. I don't really know, because I don't mess with them, but they are stricter than the holy. I think they're worse than the holiness people. I don't think there's anybody stricter than holiness people, but I think they're stricter than holiness, because even some of the Seventh Day Adventist people are speaking out that they was like, oh no, honey, this is a mismatch.
Mm.
And then you
And
have to
then
think the church is not going to give Chloe her an excuse about being an actress, because even as an actor or an actress, you still choose what roles you take. And then the roles that you take, it's pretty much like that's what you're putting. You got to think you're a celebrity, so whatever you're doing, the public is absorbing that. So like her prancing around doing this and that, like people are watching her and they're thinking like, oh, okay, it must be okay. Now forget what the word says. They're just looking at this person that they look up to that says that they're a woman of faith, but yet they're on here doing booty eating scenes, as they've been saying on the internet about her with this Harlem stuff. So to and just promoting promiscuity or whatever the case may be. So my thing is, like, even though she's quote unquote acting, she's taking that role, and a lot of people that's looking up to her, they're feeling like that is okay. Like that is an okay thing to do. So I just feel like that would cause tension in a marriage with someone like Devon Franklin.
Yeah,
It's
and
not like
I
she's
don't
just
think
dating a
she
regular
was. I
person.
don't think she was born again. She wasn't.
Exactly.
She was not
Exactly.
born again when they got married. So that's another thing. Like, you're a pastor. You're supposed to be teaching us the word, but you're marrying someone that's born again. I blame it all on him. I think as the man and as a preacher and as a pastor, I think he should not have married her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
agree. I'm still on the fence though, because we just don't have enough information. Like maybe he cheated. We don't know. Like
We
what
don't
really
know.
happened.
You're right. And I've said that. We don't know, girl. He could have been.
Mhm. Yep, because it's
And
not
well, if
adding
that's the
up.
case, why didn't she file for divorce?
That's true too.
Because you're not gonna cheat
We
on
just
me. And although he is trying to quote unquote cover her by making this beautiful statement about their love evolving and this and that, but let's call it a buck. Like the man filed for divorce. Like, no, you're not gonna cheat on me and then you file for divorce. That's just not gonna
well, yeah,
happen.
because I've heard that they had an open relationship too. Maybe that's why he went to Will and Jada. So
No
it's a
way.
lot.
You heard that?
I
Yep.
would just hope those are all. But yeah, you never know.
Kimberly, I've been going down the rabbit hole for 2 days and I haven't heard it.
Yes. So that's why I was like, why did he go to Will? Is that why? Did he have a special relationship with Will?
Exactly.
And you can see what I'm saying.
Because
Did
I'm like,
he and
Will
Will
Smith
have a
for
special
cancer?
relationship? Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a lot. It's just not adding up. I'm looking forward to more information coming out.
I'm looking forward to it too, Kimberly. You gonna put it on, I subscribe, honey. You gonna put it on your page.
Thank you.
Oh, Janice, speaking of he say, she say, I went on Twitter and dropped your link to the video that you said people were speculating that Camille, I know this is off subject, but Camille and Cornelius were already dating. So do you know Camille responded to me on there? Yeah, because I said, I said, yeah, I said Janice already speculated that they were probably already together, and I'm starting to believe it. And she comes under my comments talking about no with the laughing emojis.
Girl, have you seen those pictures? I mean, did you all see those pictures?
Oh yes, I saw on Misha's channel. Misha posted some. I think Chloe.
That's like porn. That's not even soft porn. That's porn.
They was letting y'all know.
It's just all a scheme. Everybody is just trying to become somebody. That's what these shows are about. I truly believe, like for example, that Ready to Love, I truly believe when it first, I think out of each season, it may be one person that's ready to love, but they always get sent home. Everybody else is there just as an alliance and to build together.
Mm-hmm. And I just see, and that kind of takes away the fun for me because I'm tired of Ready to Love. Y'all notice I've been late for the last 3 weeks. You know, I'm late for the last 3 weeks because I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the fakery.
Oh, you late for the last 3 weeks on Ready to Love?
Yes, girl.
Oh, goodness.
I haven't done it right, Kimberly.
Yeah. Please, Janice, we beg you to catch up.
Please.
Because I didn't watch this week. I might watch it. You know what? I've been home because my little boy's school closed early because all the numbers are going up. And my husband is working from home. So, you know, he corporate child, he conference call. He can't be talking about he gonna make some oatmeal and put some French fries in the oven. So I've been home the last couple of days. And then hopefully I could go to work, child, but he got a conference call tomorrow at 10. So I'm trying to figure out how my day is gonna work because if you don't go to work the day before, you don't get paid for the holiday. And Friday's a holiday for us.
That's right.
Yeah, but I have time I can use, but I try to hold on to my time. But I'm gonna try to catch up maybe Friday. I do want to do a live. Jesus, look.
So do you know who went home so far? Do you even know
I don't know. I don't know who went home. But you can tell me, girl, I done with this. I've lost the, I've been sleeping late. I've been trying to sleep late because I've been waking up early. But since I'm home with the baby, I'm sleeping late. And next week I'm on vacation, child. Oh, I cannot wait.
Nice.
How many of you ladies have picked up the book for sale? Because Kimberly emailed me at my regular address. Who else? Kimberly. I gotta get some books to Chloe. I already spoke. Rachel, I spoke to Rachel. I think I spoke to Rachel. How many of you guys subscribe to my backup channel? Everyone went home.
I'm subscribed.
Chloe said everyone went home?
Pretty much. 4 people in one episode, but yeah.
Went home?
Yes.
Girl,
what? In one episode, yes.
Catch up, please. My favorite went home.
Okay, who's your favorite?
Cornelius. Oh!
Now you know he had to leave.
I saw another picture. Wait a minute. I saw another picture, girl. I was like, he was so pitiful.
Let me get my tissue.
You know he had to leave.
Wait a minute. Was it on Chloe's channel? Whose channel was that? Lord have mercy. Was that Chloe's channel? I saw a picture. I just shook my head.
I don't know. I saw, I think, on yours with him, with the woman with her back turned.
Girl, there was another picture this night.
Saw that.
Girl, why didn't I save the picture?
You know what? I will say, you ladies, y'all make me want to review these shows. So
you should.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna be real honest. The only reason that I have not went full force with trying to review shows is because by me being a makeup artist, okay, I'm always kind of afraid because I've done reality TV personalities before. So I'm always afraid that if I might get one of them as a client, what if they...
No, girl, you can't mess up the money, honey.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So I just try to keep my mouth closed because, I don't want nobody pulling up nothing.
Yeah, no. Where you live?
Chicago.
Oh, no, honey. Yeah.
And I've been watching reality TV since the 90s. So it's like, I be ready. Like, I say little things here, maybe a little something on Twitter, but for the most part, I don't really get into it because I'm like, I get people as clients that's on these shows sometimes. I'm like, so I don't want to be in the middle of that.
Oh yeah, you
Right.
can't. You can't. You
Nope.
have to. You know, child. You're not about to mess with the
money.
You know, spend money.
Thank you, Auntie Janice. Some told
The
me to
Bible
just
said we
bring
gotta
it up.
use wisdom. Okay, we got to use the wisdom.
Okay.
Right.
Mm. And I know you'll be looking at some of that makeup, shaking your head like, "Girl, what?" Because I know I do, and I'm not. I've put on very minimal makeup. Okay, I put on. I'm fine with the mice. I put on very.
But that's
very
my
minimal.
aesthetic. That's I used to feel like, man, I'm not doing enough watching like other people's content, but I'm just like, well, for people that I get, they like what I do. I don't do the overly dramatic.
Girl, so y'all said 4 people. Oh, but wait. Before I forget, we had mentioned Nene. What y'all think about Nene with her new boyfriend?
No, I don't like it.
That's married.
Don't like it.
They claim that this is all for her just to have a storyline. That is not really true. That's what people.
Really?
Some people are saying that.
I can't see Nene doing that.
He's a good-looking man.
Well, she's been gone for a while.
So is she coming? Is she coming back?
She can ride out with Greg, so
Is she coming back?
That's what they're saying. They're saying that she's supposed to be coming back. Of course they'll have, I guess, her speaking on Greg's, that, and then this is supposed to be like her, so she can be talked about. So this is supposed to be like her. Did y'all see
this one? Child, I'm so scared to put it up there. Did y'all see that one?
Yes, I forgot who showed it.
I was wondering. I did not know that was coming. I was guessing. Also, they were together. I don't care what that woman says.
Are they still
celibate?
And they said they're still together, from what the comments are saying. So
they were always together. Now I believe it.
There's another one I can't find.
I can appreciate the art. But no, for Nene, because Nene was the queen of close your legs to married man. And if this man is married, I mean, or even if he's separated, it still counts because she tried to shade Portia when Portia started dating her separated man. So what's the difference? So it's crazy.
Oh, it just, everybody is contradicting themselves all over the place now. Once again, a tree. Oh, and I can't say too much because also Drew is one of the people I've done makeup for, so I ain't gonna say too much. But they are dragging her too because they like, well, you called what's her name, Latoya, Delilah, and this and that. They like, but you showed up giving your full support at the part.
Exactly, for Portia.
Yes, they got it.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. But you know what? That's what I mean. Okay, come on. 107 likes and 139 people. Come on, guys, check those likes. But that's why, I said, ladies, we have to have our standards. Okay. See, if you have your standards or your guidelines, this is what I live by. If this is what you live by, you're never going to change. You understand? It's never gonna change. It don't matter what kind of man come, how much money he got, how tall, good looking, and dark, and chocolate or caramel he is, child. You're not a believer. I'm not interested. Okay, and so that's the thing. Wisdom may have said, "Don't do the booty eating scene." Lord, gee, I hear. I think
did they show that?
Girl, yes, child. You saw her going down there. And he lifted his legs up.
Like, oh my God.
Now that's just, I mean,
come on. If I find the picture. I have a picture somewhere. I was like, oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Girl, I think that the Seventh-day Adventist told him, look, you will not be bringing an embarrassment on the church.
That part.
So many questions, so many scenarios I'm going through in my head, like what could have happened? It's just not adding up. 9 years.
I think they told him, look, you need to get rid of this worldly woman. You, this worldly woman, need to get her. Girl, child, but I'm not watching the show, but I'm not, my time is very limited though. I'm trying to get these books out and
which we can appreciate.
well, thank you, ladies. Thank you. How many of y'all guys pick up the books on sale? Because I have these books on sale, and then when I take them on sale, oh my God, Janice, I missed the sale. I missed the sale. Let me see if I find the picture. Girl, I was like, not. Then I'm gonna go. I tell you, these people doing some things these days, child. I can't find it, girl. But there was a picture, and he had the legs up, child, and she was going down, And
this is why I would like for you to do a video on what I said earlier, like, use discernment, but being practical, because I mean the truth is no surefire way. But you have to make your best. You have to, like you said, you have to look at all of the data in front of you. You have to make your best choice from that. And what you feel like the spirit is telling you, not just the spirit is telling you.
Right. B, I love that, B, because people are not being practical. I think that's what it is. I think you're not, you know what? It's being emotional. You think you can change a person. This goes for us too. Because women, we marry, now me, but women be bearing the pookies and the rays and think you can fix them and you could turn them into a king, and you can't. You can't turn them into a king.
Yep.
Okay, you just cannot, because the thing is, Jesus. Oh no. You think you can change them, but you can't. You can't. It's on both sides. Women do it, and the Christian men do it.
He probably felt like, oh, she's close enough to Christ. people, I don't know. Like, you got to think, if he really was celibate for 10 years and whatever, he probably was really just tired. And then, she came along and it felt close enough for him.
But they don't want the girls in the church to be praying and fasting, honey.
Well, like somebody said in your comments earlier, the whole thing is they say that the church women don't look up to par. That's what somebody said earlier, which I found ironic, because a young lady just did a YouTube video that I watched earlier addressing that. She's a woman of God. She does. And she addressed that. She's like, you still have to, look a certain way. Like, when so-and-so saw Bathsheba, he didn't say, oh, I'm attracted to her heart.
Thank you.
And same with Rachel and all the other women.
That's right.
And everything else. Yeah,
that's right. Only in Christendom they think it's acceptable for you to be ugly and walk around in a trash bag. Absolutely not.
And then I think women too think that being, I don't know if they think it involves, just being a girly girl. You don't have to be a girly girl. You just can't be unkempt. You can be a naturalista, and you still, like, I have a cousin, for an example. She's natural, but she thought that was an excuse to. She have this big old fro, never pick it out. It's all flat, stuff in between your teeth. Only thing she did do was thread her eyebrows, but she would not be kept at all. She would have dog hair all over her clothing, just unkempt. And I'm just looking like, wow, like, what you going through? You can be natural. I mean, being what men look for is cleanliness and vibrancy. That's what they want to see. Like you said earlier, keeping your skin vibrant, wash your face, anoint your face, put on moisturizer, comb your hair, clip your nails, like simple things. Not, oh, go get a full set and go get a 27-piece weave or whatever. That's not what that means. Everybody is not a quote unquote glamour girl or whatever. So
right. Right. You know, fix yourself up.
Just be clean, right? Just be clean.
But you know, church women, I just don't know where we get this delusionality from. You know, I'm saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. I could pray all day, and to think that's all there is. No, no, honey.
And I'm glad I was not raised up around women like that. The churches I was raised up in, our first ladies kept themselves looking nice. Even my most recent home church, my first lady is 70 years old, and she still walks around in her high heels.
Yes.
She is keeps her hair done. She for years and years and years, she's always said she does not sleep in bonnets. Like Apostle is not having it.
Winter spoke on that too. She said, "Stop looking like Chef Boyardee going to bed with your husband."
Exactly. Going to bed, you got to keep it cute for if that's the type of man that you marry. You know, if that's the type of man you choose to marry, then you got to do what he says do. So I don't know. I just
I don't wear bonnets to bed either. But that was from before I got married. I just don't like stuff on my head. Period. So
Lord, I put my bonnet on as soon as I walk in the house.
I got a bonnet on with a baseball cap on. Don't let me put this camera on, but yeah.
Please don't. We don't want more news. We don't want more news to get you.
Bed like that with my man. Don't know everything.
I can't, girl. My husband had went away at a business trip, and he came home, and I had on some big good drawers. Right, y'all know what the big good drawers are. Girl, you know them. You ever
panties is what I call them.
Brothers, please put your fingers in your ears. But sometimes, for me, I need some cotton. Okay, I need cotton drawers or the big cotton drawers, girl. And he came home. I don't know if I wasn't expecting him. I don't know. Maybe I was busy. And he was like, "What are those?"
That is funny.
He said you got a new trick tonight.
Okay. Well, coming from a curvy girl, I do not wear big girl drawers, okay, unless it ain't floating.
No, man, I need sometimes I need it. Sometimes I'm like, girl, you have your favorite pair, girl, and my sister got me some for my birthday. They're like what they call skinless or seamless. Girl, these are oh my God, it's like you don't have anything on. I love them. Girl. But we just have to fix ourselves up. I think, especially in Christendom, we've been taught so much that it's about the spirit. You know, it's about the spirit. She don't look at her spirit. And it's a lie.
Like he just becomes blind, girl, because of the spirit. No.
It says it's her spirit. Look, she can prophesy and sing. My father told this story one time about this man. He saw this woman and she could sing, honey. Oh, she could sing Jesus out of heaven. So God said, "You supposed to be my wife." God said, "You're supposed to be my wife." So they got married. They went on the honeymoon, honey. She took her wig off. She took her teeth out. She took her foot out.
No. I won't be deceived.
Girl, he said, "Sing, woman, sing."
No.
He fell in love with her while she was under the anointing. My dad always said, "Don't fall in love with no man while he's under the anointing. Because when he's under the anointing, it's a covering. You know, they look real good and anointed and all of this, but when they come down, child,
that's tough.
Miss A, I don't tie my hair at all, and you guys have seen my hair. I have very thick hair. As a matter of fact, I'm getting braids next week.
I can't sleep good if I don't tie my hair up. When I sleep, I cannot sleep good. I have to, even though I have normally I have a fro, but my afro has to be in the bonnet. And even this, I pull all this hair up on top of my head and slap that bonnet right on it.
Really?
I cannot sleep good.
I mean, but when it comes to going to bed with your husband, it's gonna have to be some nights where you go to bed looking,
Kimberly.
Listen.
Girl,
He better catch me before it's time to go to sleep.
Every night.
Because you can't plan it. Like, you can't plan, or do y'all be? I don't want to plan. Like, okay, this the night we're going to.
Oh,
So
no, honey. I don't know how people do that.
I'm going to come to bed cute tonight because we know I want it to be spontaneous.
Right,
you know,
Well, you better leave your hair. You better start practicing with your hair out.
He better knock that bonnet off.
and not just twice a year either, Kimberly. Not just
I'm
birthday
sorry.
and anniversary.
If he wanted that bad. Wow.
But I think the church has done Christian women a lot of disservice, and we need to be retaught.
Yeah.
You know, we need to be retaught. That's why there's so much divorce in the church, because you know, you marry her because she can pray, she can sing, and she can dance, and she can fall out in the spirit, but you don't like her. You don't really like her afterwards, and then you know that's not gonna work. You like to be around them. My husband's being home, and I love him being home.
That's good. And y'all been married what, 9, 8
going
years?
on 9 years. I love him. I love him being home because you know he does stuff for me. Where he drives me to work. He picks me up. He'll meet me for lunch. And you know, I love him being home, but we give each other space. You know, if he's down here, I'm upstairs. If I'm upstairs, he's down here. Whatever. You give each other the space. So I love him being home. I love him being home.
So Janice, I have a question. When you chose, you know, to marry him, was it what did you go off of? Did you get signs on top? I mean, I know that he met the requirements, but were there further confirmations, or you just kind of felt like by him meeting all the requirements, that was the confirmation?
He was meeting all of my requirements, and my father, you know, my father was involved. And I remember the first time I said to myself, I'm going to marry him, because one of my heart requirements is I wanted to be comfortable around him. And so we had went to this, he basically invited himself to my Christmas party. So I was like, well, you know, I don't have a date. I've never brought a guy to the Christmas party. And he basically invited himself, and he's been taking me out, and he's just been so nice. So let me just go ahead and invite him to the Christmas party. So we're coming home, and where the party was is up a hill. Where I live, there's a lot of hills. Okay. And so we're coming down this hill. I mean, I hate this hill. Okay. I would not drive this after 5 o'clock. I don't drive that road by myself. And so I had a ponytail, one of those clip-ons. I don't know what possessed me to wear a clip-on, because I can't stand it. So we're going down the hill, and he says to me, "Are you okay? You've been fidgeting with your hair all night." And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Why don't you take it off?" And
Put the bonnet on.
Wait, he told you to take the ponytail off.
Girl, I popped it off and threw it in the back of the seat.
You like, he's the one.
And when I said that, he said, "Do you feel bad?" I said, "Yeah." And I looked at him, and I thought, I'm gonna marry him. I was gonna marry him because that was one of my requirements that I didn't tell anybody about, was I wanted to be with someone I could be comfortable
be yourself
around, you know, be myself. Yeah, I don't mind dressing up and being cute, but sometimes you just want to have on some jeans and a t-shirt and just hang out. And my father and I have never agreed on a man. Either he liked him or I didn't like him. And so I always said, the man that my dad and I agree on, that's the man I'm going to marry. That was Michael.
Yeah, I wanted to know, because, you know, like you said, being a believer, sometimes it can just be complicated, you know, when you listen to people, just all this stuff like that they say that goes into like knowing if the person is it, you know, and I'm just like, ooh, does it really take all this?
You know, but you know what? I think God also deals with you based on how you are, because he never said to me, Michael is your husband. He never said. It was, I remember in my book, Moments of Gratitude, I was going to the bank And I said, well, hold up now. What's going on, Lord? You know, why? Where's my husband? Why am I? Where's my husband? The Lord spoke to me. He said, your husband is held up. I said, what? He said, there are a lot of women that has laid claims to your husband as their husband, but that he is not their husband. So pray that your husband be released. I met my husband a year later, y'all. November. It was November of 2010, because I remember I was going to Louisiana. My godmother moved to Louisiana, and I was going to Louisiana, and I met him November 2011. And for me, I love what you say, Alexis, about the practical thing. It was just little things. Like I remember one time, another time I knew I was going to marry him was we went to the supermarket. And I think this was the first time he was going to cook for me. 3 months, ladies, 3 months. Okay. I didn't go to his house, 3 months. Okay. He was having a couple of friends over, and we went to the supermarket and he held the cart, the little basket in his left hand, and he held my hand with his right hand. And I was, in my heels, and, I was thinking to myself, oh, I like the way this feels. I feel safe, because that's another thing for me. I wanted to feel safe. Okay. I wanted to be with a man that made me feel safe. And so I remember walking, I was like, I really like how this feels. I really feel so safe with him. And every time he got to what he wanted, he would put the car down and use that hand to pick up what he wanted, but he never let my hand go.
Wow.
We went to the cash register, and I remember that I was like, I really like the way this. So for me, God.
Wait, I missed that. You said never do what? I'm sorry.
Huh?
You said I missed what you just said. You said never. He said never do what?
What when he got to what he was picking up, he never let go of my hand.
Oh.
Okay, he would use the hand that he was holding the basket with, but he never let go of my hand. And I remember thinking, I love the way this feels, because feeling safe was one of my biggies. I had to feel safe and I have to trust him. And he never let my hand go until he got to the cash register. So like you were saying, for me, it was practical things, because I had seen and heard so many people say, God said that's my husband, and y'all end up divorced. And I'm like, I need more, honey.
And when he told you that your husband was being held up by other people, did you get instruction?
No, he says so you need to pray that your husband be released. And so in this book, Moments of Gratitude, I wrote about it. So I kept praying. And so the following year, my 34th birthday, I was laying on my bed and I was looking at my first book, Praying for Our Children. And girl, this is how God deals with us. Okay, when you're celebrating your little thing, God is thinking about something else. And I was like, oh, child, I'm an author, honey. I got me 3 books, child, laying on the bed, enjoying the book, girl. And guess what the Lord said? He said, get up and get out. I said, get up and get out. And it hit me. Girl, you 34, you ain't got no husband, you want to be married. You there's no prospect. And so I got up and I searched for events in my area. I started going to a couple of places. And so I remember First Friday was a networking event that this big corporation would go from city to city. First Friday of each month, they would have events. Well, November, they were going to be in my city in Newark. And so I said, I'm going with my books and my business cards. And so I went and I took my girlfriend with me. She was engaged, so I didn't have to worry about her, trying to take me. And so just like this, she was sitting in front of me. I was sitting in front of her. There was an empty chair in front of me. And beside her was the security guard at our job's wife. So she said she was coming. Beside me was an empty seat. Here comes Michael. He comes in. He recognized, I think her name was Shirley. And he sits down beside me in front of Shirley. They went to high school together. Let me start. God will hook it up with me. And so they started talking and talking. Then he started talking to me, girl. But I'm trying to sell my book. I'm getting up and I'm walking and I'm doing my business. Because when I came back, I text my girlfriend. I said, I think he really likes you because he's talking to you a lot. She said, no, every time you get up and work the room, he does not take his eyes off you, girl. I think he likes you. So I said, really? So I said, I kept on dancing and carrying on. And so he says to me, I was sitting down, fishnet stockings, boot up to here. It was November, my little black dress, a little bit of fishnet stocking. So he says to me, you must have your mother's legs. And I turned and looked at him and I caught it. I turned right around, I turned around. I turned.
Did you walk around the chair?
No. I turned around and gave him more legs. And this was the first question. And so, where did you say you work again?
Oh, God.
Because it was a networking event, child. He had given out the business card. All I remember was executive vice president. But I wasn't paying no attention because I was working the room trying to sell my books. And so then I turned around, gave him more legs and cheeks and smiles, and so he said, we started talking, and found out he went to Metropolitan, which was right up the street, and he want to get married. He don't have any kids, and I just started gathering the data, girl. Then it took him a month to call me.
I remember that one.
But he said he was watching me on Facebook because he can't be with, he have to be careful who he connects with. He can't be with no crazy girls. So that's how we started. Just started collecting data. And then I posted a picture on Facebook, and then out of nowhere he jumped in my inbox. Okay, a month later, he wanted to take me out that night. I said, guess what I said, ladies? Because of course I wasn't sitting down waiting on you to come take me out. I said to him, oh no, I have plans. So can I take you out for a drink tonight? I said, oh no, thank you. I have plans. And he said, well, can I call you? And I say, okay, in a few hours. So he called. I told him what time he could call me. He called me at that time. And then we talked long enough for him to plan a date. And he said, can I take you out tomorrow night? I said, no, I already have plans. I think this is Thursday. And he said, can I take you out? Well, how about Saturday? I said, no, I have plans. He said, how about brunch on Sunday? I said, no, I got plans. And then I gave him for Monday. And when Monday came, he was like, can I take you out again tomorrow night? I said, no, I have plans. He said, how about Wednesday? I said, okay. We went out Wednesday. He said, can I take you out again tomorrow night? I said, no, I'm busy. He said, okay, well, what about Fridays? I said, okay, you take me on Friday. And he said, can I take you out for breakfast tomorrow? Because I'm flying somewhere. So I said, okay. So we went out. So I noticed it was interesting. So what I did was I took him to the park and we went on a walk because I wanted to see if he could keep up. Because, I used to run track. He's older. I'm not about to, And so the next Sunday he called me and he said, my car's picking me up for the airport. I'm going to stop by church to pay my tithes and offering, and I want to come by and give you a hug. And that's how I knew he was a tither, because that was my number 2. So, I just continued to collect data, and he was on it. He started talking, and he wanted to meet my father, and he was just doing everything he was supposed to do. But God never said to me, Janice, Michael is your husband. He never said that to me.
Wow.
Well, that's comforting.
You know what's hard? Yeah.
Go ahead, Kimberly. What's that here?
The hard part to me is not being so available. How did you do that? Because they say, oh, you want to go out on a date? Yes,
girl, being busy for real.
Right, because I knew I was reading and I was writing, and I knew that if this man has a pic, not text you, not Facebook me, call me in a month, And all of a sudden, I post these beautiful, sexy pictures on Facebook, and all of a sudden, now I'm supposed to jump up and go out with you. Like I don't have anything else to do. I'm not busy. I'm not writing a book. I'm not washing my hair. Nothing. And so what we have to do is we have to create desire in them. You know, we can't be so readily available. We have to let them know. And to this day, he asked me, I asked him, why did you marry me? And he said, no, the question is, why did you marry me and not that other guy? I never told my husband I was dating, but I was never always available. You know, but let me tell you, ladies, how my dating experience prepared me for that, because my husband is a businessman. He ain't got no time to be on the phone late at night singing me sweet songs. And, you know, he would come home from New York and he would call me and say, you know, hey, I just got home. How are you? How's your day going? How's Alexis? So on and so forth. Then he was like, well, you know, either he have to go to bed or he have to up and get prepared for a presentation. So by the time I met him, I was already in the, I don't need to be clingy. I don't need to talk to you every day. I don't need to be on the phone with you every day. When I was in college, girl, if you couldn't, that was my test. If you could not stay on the phone with me all night, I couldn't talk. I was done.
Guilty. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she had them legs out.
Girl, I had the legs out.
Okay.
He still talking about those legs until today.
He saw that and said, I'm marrying her.
And people laugh, and you know, because I told people our first date was at Applebee's, and he wanted to take me to this place, and I said, where is that? And it was like an hour, 45 hour away. I said, oh no, I can't go that far because, you know, I have Lexi. So if there's an emergency, she was old enough at that time to stay home by herself. But if there was an emergency, I needed to get to her quickly. So he said, well, okay. He said, okay, well, choose where you want to be. So I said, well, Applebee's. It's 5 minutes from my house. He said, Applebee's. He said, you want to go to Applebee's?
He was shocked. He was like, I'm thinking maestros.
I said, yeah, Applebee's, because you know, it's literally 5 minutes from my house, and if there was any emergency with Lexi, I could get with it. He said, you sure you want to go to Applebee's? And I was like, yeah, Applebee's. He said, okay, Applebee's it is. And most of our dates were at Applebee's. You know, the only time I would go a little further out was when Lexi was doing some kind of activity or something like that. But if she was home, and our days will last 2 hours. Mike and I have never had dinner and movie. We've never been to the movie together when we were dating, because our days will last 2 hours, because, you know, I had to get home to Lexi. I would meet him at Applebee's. I would eat. He would put me in the car. I would go home and he would go to his house. But we never had dinner and a movie. Never, because our dates would last for 2 hours. Child, see these pictures, honey. He was like, "Oh, child, let me get her quick."
Right. Yes, love it.
He started talking to my dad. My dad came to Applebee's and meet him at Applebee's, and they started talking, and you know. But listen, I was still dating. Because I'm not about to meet one man and put all my eggs in his basket. It wasn't until about June, July, my dad was like, all right, Janice, now, you know, it's time for you to just cut everybody else off. And that's when I did, because, you know, I knew we went looking for rings and, you know, stuff like that. But God never, you will never hear me say God told me Michael's my husband. He never did.
Wow. And we hear that a lot.
And right, and the same thing with him. And he said, I asked him, why did you marry? He said, he always told me he thought I was smart and he loved smart women. And he said, okay, when I met you, he said, I knew you were smart because you were selling your books at a networking event. He said, I love smart women. He said, you don't have to be like Condoleezza, but you at least got to be a Michelle. He said, when I was looking for a wife, I wasn't looking for one of the Kardashians. I love smart women. You know, I love women you read and you could talk about stuff. So he said, you don't got to be as Condoleezza, but you got to be a Michelle. Then he said, you got to be sexy like Janet. He loved Janet Jackson, okay? And then he said, you were a great mom and good with kids like Mary Poppins.
That's my sister's favorite movie. She's special needs, but she loves Mary Poppins.
My daughter, that's the first time he met my daughter in May or June. He took us to see Broadway play to see Mary Poppins.
That's beautiful.
He said he wanted, does she like Broadway plays? I was like, yeah. I said, what's play? He's Mary Poppins. He's like, oh, she loves. I said, she loves Mary Poppins. But the God never, I can never say God said. I can just say these are the things that made me, you know, I was paying attention and realized that this guy was it. He was hit in my list, and you know, my dad was there, and
he spoke to you, but he didn't say.
He didn't, right? He was, because he speak to us. You're right. He speak to us different ways. It could just be, you know, showing me, look, you can trust him, or you feel safe with him, or you're comfortable around him. You know, he can provide for you. You know, yeah. So,
love it. I think the list helps too. A lot of people say get rid of the list, but I think the list helps us stay focused.
Because you know what, Pastor Franklin got rid of his list, and you see what happened.
I feel like if it's an unrealistic list, but then that's still a matter of.
He said she's the exact opposite of what she wanted. He didn't want an actress. He didn't want a smoker. He didn't want somebody who drank. She was an actress. She was a smoker. She was drank. She was not born again.
I didn't know she was a smoker. I could see drinking.
Yeah.
Meagan. No. Wow.
I do agree. The list has to be realistic. You know, I'm not saying don't pray for a millionaire, but do you really need a millionaire?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's some women, the list.
Do you have what it even takes to court? You know, get courted by a millionaire. You might not even have what it takes. But this was
wisdom, love it. Taking notes.
Okay.
What do you feel about these people manifesting relationships and marriages? Because I'm manifesting. Look.
Oh, this is the picture Chloe was talking about. Chloe, I love you, Chloe. I love you, Chloe. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Oh, they got some clothes on. Why he look like that? Why Cornelius look? He look like he don't want to be there.
Girl, them people, they were together before this show.
Wow.
They came on there just to get their names.
Thank you, Chloe. You know, Camille is a very pretty girl. She's really pretty.
Yes.
So with the whole manifesting thing, I mean, you know, speak those things that are not as though they were, but you know, I just think that some people be going over into some.
Got it.
People out here doing that law of attraction stuff without God,
witchcraft stuff, and you know, there's a very thin line between. In the spiritual realm, there's a very thin line. There's a very thin line between prophecy and psychic, and there's a very thin line in the spiritual realm between, you know, what we do for the kingdom and that other stuff. And you know, other than speaking it, and like I would get up every day in this book. If you read this book, those of Kimberly, I think you read Moments of Gratitude. I get every day. Thank you, Jesus. Today's the day. You know, remember Joyce Myers was like, something good is going to happen to me today. And every day I would be, I'm going to meet my husband today, girl.
But you included the Lord.
Exactly.
Right. Not around there lighting candles, burning sage, and chanting and doing all of that.
All this sage stuff and all these candles. No, ma'am.
Because what people fail to realize, it may work, but you don't know what you're getting that's attached to it. That's what the issue is. That's
it. And then are you... are you forcing things?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Are
Yeah,
Mm.
it's
you
witchcraft.
calling
I'm not dealing with that.
are you calling things in your life that's not even God's will for you?
Mm-hmm.
And is that all you want? You know, you just praying and seeking God because you want a husband, or is it a relationship with Christ? And then these are just branches of my relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That's good. I love the book 10 Years a Girlfriend. That has helped me. Book is awesome.
Thank you, babes.
That
I'm
one.
really surprised it didn't do. It didn't do. I think maybe I need to market it somewhere. Maybe I don't know, but I'm surprised. I gotta check those numbers, but it really is a good book. It really, really
Yeah.
is for women who teach you how to date. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
I read something today. I was like, girl, I just posted. Kimberly, you in the group, right?
I think so. Yeah, two groups, I think.
Alyssa, are you
Right.
here? Could you post the I am MYRLA's group? Okay, I just something I read. I said I was going. Okay, here it is, girl. For a few years, I've been with the same man. No, not married, been living together and having sex. He has never asked to marry me, not once. I have brought it up in conversation. He says he wants to, but on his own, that conversation is non-existent. Although I've been with him for a few years, I don't feel any love toward him. I don't think about him when I'm at work. I hang out with friends and forget he exists. I don't think I've ever loved him. He lives off of watching TV, smoking weed, and not wants to provide for our family at all. Makes me work. I don't know. It almost feels like he's another child and I have to take care of. My reason for this post is I need to ask married women how they feel about the man they are with. Did you fall in love, fall out of love? I want to be right with God and stop having premarital sex, but I already don't think I love this man, so I'm afraid I'll be stuck with him forever just to be have unloved intimacy. My question is, does love really exist where you
Mm.
look into someone's eyes and just melt, or does that only exist in the movies? Do you serve your husband with your love or obligation? I'm so lost. And girl, I'm like, what? I didn't even respond. Girl. I
Mm.
just like this is the man you want to marry you. Why you want this man to marry you, ma'am?
Mm. And then she asked the question, but is she going to take the advice? I see that too much.
Because what's the purpose of this man? What
Right.
purpose does he serve in your life? None.
Mm.
None at all. Thank you guys. Make sure you guys pick up the books. This is how you guys show me love and support. And I keep forget to mention my Patreon. For those of you who are paid members, my Patreon, I'm moving membership over to my Patreon because it's easy. I notice it's easier for me this way. I know what books, who get what books and stuff like that. But that's how you show me love, by supporting my channel, okay? By picking up my books. I don't, whatever I do, I love whatever you do for me, but especially with my books, because I'm trying to, and Amazon is starting to pick up my books. As if you notice my 23 Types of Guys You Might Meet, Amazon has taken control of that, in that they're doing the advertising for me. That's why they have it for
Nice.
19.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that is good.
Oh yeah, because if you look at it, it's $29.99. They crossed it out and they put $19.99. So that means they're pushing it. They're pushing
Nice.
it for me. So I think
That's,
what I notice is, if your book get over 100 sales, then they'll start doing so. So that's why I need 5 more. I need 5 more reviews. 5 more reviews for The Naked Wife to get to 100 reviews, and then maybe they'll pick that one up.
okay. I'll make sure I reviewed it because I think I went in and did all of them, but I'll make sure.
Yeah. And you guys went over to my blog. I have a beautiful surprise for you on Christmas morning. I'm gonna be Santa. But
Oh,
if you're not in my blog, you will not get it. Go to my blog and fill it out. Go on the first page at the bottom where it said contact and fill it out, because my TA is working on it. And if you're not in the email list, you will not get the Santa delivery. You have
mm.
to.
But if we already signed up, we're good,
You'll
right?
be good. You'll be good. Did you get the last email marketing I sent out about the Christmas sale, Kimberly?
Yes. Okay, good. I got it.
If you got that, you'll get the
Surprise.
Perspective. You'll get it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I love you, ladies. Anything before we go? Make sure. Come on, guys. Somebody, Alyssa, are you still here? Could you drop my What is this? Oh, that's my Patreon. Please, if you're a member over here, if you sign up to my Patreon, then you just unsubscribe over here for, so they don't charge your credit card. So that's my Patreon. Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate it. Hey, Mary Beth. I share your advice with my daughter who's getting married next year. Yes, I wish they would go marriage counseling. Oh, they have to go to marriage counseling.
Mary yes, Beth, they got to.
Demand that they do. Demand. And get a certified marriage counselor. Because you know what? My bishop told me, he said, when me and my husband went to counseling, he said, my job is to make you not want to get married.
Wow. Oof. If you can make it through that, then you can make it through anything in marriage.
Mm-hmm. He said, my job here is to make you not want to get married. No, we are all the financial peoples.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so that's the Team MYRLA group. Thank you, Stacey. I appreciate the love. That's how you show me love is get the book. Word of mouth is still the best word of advertisement. I don't know if that's true still today with Instagram and all those people. But share the books out. Thank you. It's gaining traction. Yes, it is. Thank you. That's my blog. Make sure you sign up so you can get the delivery Christmas morning. Thank you, Janisha. Thank you, babes. Thank you. No shacking up. No, man, we don't do shacking up here. We're not going to allow these men to use up our bodies. Then they go.
Now that's one thing I can stick to.
Now they're talking about couples should live together before they get married. So you're going to test me out? No, ma'am.
Nope, never done it. Never not interested.
How many of you subscribe to Allegedly Janice? Come on, y'all. I need to get this page approved before the year. I cannot go into 2022 with an unfinished page. I mean, it's just so shameful.
Right.
My financial group lady, we got to get our money together. Let me tell you another reason my husband said he married me is because he said he was watching how I was with money.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I watch how you were with money. I noticed you didn't waste your money, so I knew you wouldn't waste mine.
Yes.
That's right, Alyssa. No fake Pastor Cal. Kimberly reviews. Kimberly just got approved. Fake. So are you approved, Kimberly? Are you approved?
No, I need the watch hours now. So I didn't realize it was going to be so hard.
Girl, when you going live?
Yeah, maybe I need to go Friday. Since Ready to Love is not coming on, I'm thinking about maybe I need to do something still Friday.
Okay, because I'm going to be doing Ready to Love Friday. I want to do it Friday too, but what time are you going on?
I thought they said that there would not be an episode this week.
I didn't watch last week's episode, so I was going to watch next week live.
Okay. I don't know. I'll see how my schedule is and go from there. I'm off Friday, but I guess I could do something early, like the 2:00-ish time frame.
Okay, so listen, everybody. We need to go over to Kimberly and play her playlist. If we all play her, you know how many more hours you need?
It was about, I think I'm at 1,000. I need 1,000 now. It was a lot. I didn't. Yes, I did not realize it. I was so focused on the subscribers. I should have been focused on everything. I didn't realize it was going to be so hard.
We're going to have watch night service at Kimberly.
Okay. We can do that January the 1st. Friday, girl. We gonna all come over to Kimberly Friday.
If we could stay up for a couple of hours, you could get 3-4 days worth of time. So we all know, like Kimberly, girl, I can't do it in the middle of the day. I got to do.
Right. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Kimberly, I'm gonna email you. I'm gonna tell you some stuff you can do. We're gonna have to start doing some other stuff like play with the it's raining. Turn your camera on. Watch the rain with me. Stuff like that. It's snowing. Oh, it's so beautiful. Enjoy the scenery.
Yes, and I did find out. I emailed your mentoring email, so check my email. I sent you some update.
Okay, check.
And it was the mentor.
Yeah. We have to thank you, Alyssa. Growing generation. Well, we got work on our finances, ladies. I don't want her to make mistake. Did you get my present? No, Maribeth, I didn't get it, babes. When did you send it? Is there an audio coming at 23? Yes, audio is coming at 23, but I'm gonna try to do that one because I don't think anybody can read 23 guys and the naked wife like I can read it. So I have to try to do it myself. But it's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be a minute, girl. It's gonna be a while because I have to get an actual studio set up. Yes, we got to check Kimberly. We're gonna try to do over on Kimberly. Kimberly, even if you have to work Friday, you just like you're on now, and you see I'm on and you're on, you can set up and I can be on for you.
Oh.
Yes. So if let's say if you have to work, you can set it up this way and we could just be over there and your thing is open, but you're getting the time.
Yeah, I have a lot to learn, but I've been enjoying the journey. I can say it's been fun.
Yeah, it really is. You learn a lot. Maribeth, I don't think I have you on my Patreon, babes. I don't remember seeing your name on there. Let me see.
Well, ladies, I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss.
Thank you, my darling.
My show.
If you're here Friday, no, Maribeth, I don't have. If you're here Friday, we're gonna go over to Kimberly Friday, so we could help her to get her hours. We gotta get these hours before
I'll be there.
We should not go into 2020
yes.
without
ladies.
All right,
enjoy.
Love you so much.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Okay. So everybody's over in Kim. Let's drop some of Kimberly's playlist, and also Kimberly, how many telephones, computers do you have?
Oh, let me see. 2 phones and a laptop.
Are you playing your videos on them?
Can you do? Does that count?
Play your. How many accounts do you have?
Just the one. Just the one I go live on.
So do you have like 2 Gmail accounts or something? So you play your video on the other Gmail account. So like how my channel is Janicehylton, I use allegedly Janice if I needed my time. So allegedly Janice, I would play allegedly Janice on Janicehylton, and so I get time.
Wow.
So you have to use another channel to play your time.
Got it.
You have TV with the cable, the YouTube in your TV?
I do.
You playing your videos?
No. See, that's why I'm so behind then.
Yes, ma'am.
So on my TV,
on your TV,
go to YouTube.
You go on, you bring up your channel, make sure you press on your name, and then you press, and then it will keep on playing. It will play for about 4 or 5 hours. Okay. And both TVs, or you're going to sleep, you put it on, and you in the night you'll go to, if it stops at a certain video, you just start at that video. Okay,
got it.
And if you have another name, you just play your video on there, and then you just ask people to play your video for you. But the best thing is to go live.
Yeah, you taught me that because I didn't understand it, and I think it was like every. What is it? 15? Oh, my battery's getting low. Every 15 minutes or something?
I don't know if it's changed, but when I was doing it for my first channel, every 15 minutes get an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot because I noticed, like, even if you have like 15, 20 people on, when you end it, it's like hundreds. I'm like,
Exactly, because
wow.
every 15 minutes isn't this why I tell you go live. You're working.
Yep.
I'm telling you, if it's raining, if it's raining, can't turn your camera to the rain. Enjoy the rain with me. I love the rain, child. And you let me play because it's a video, it's a play, or the sunset or something like that. Okay.
Yep. I am. So when y'all see me doing it, y'all don't be laughing.
No.
Y'all just comment. Y'all click like and watch it.
That's right, and watch it. So let's grab a couple of Kimberly reviews. And you do your videos in playlists, right? Do you have playlists?
Yeah. Yep, you taught me that. Everything is in a playlist. Married at First Sight, Ready to Love.
Okay, good.
And I just subscribed to the generational wealth one. I'm excited about that. I have to catch up.
Okay, goody. Yes. Okay, so playlist. So Kimberly has Married at First Sight playlist. So Kimberly, on your computer under your other name, you just gonna press play all.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna be doing tonight.
Yeah. So who's gonna be playing Kimberly's playlist? So that means, and ours are 2 days behind. So today's what, Saturday, Friday,
Wednesday.
Tuesday. Today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
So today's Wednesday. So Wednesday time,
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna see it until Friday. No, I don't know if things has changed, but I just remember. Okay. So who's gonna play Married at First Sight for Kimberly? Kimberly's list. Okay. We gotta get her these numbers before the year's up.
Yes.
Play list of Married at First Sight at this. So it's all of y'all click on this, start playing it for her so she could get her hours. Okay, because that's a big part of it. I always get my hours before I get my subscribers.
And I thought the subscribers would be harder, but it wasn't.
And then her lives, 26 videos on here. So let's play those. And you just press play all.
Mm-hmm. Oh, now on the TV, does it have to be a separate account? A separate Google?
I just always just click on it and play because they don't know who's watching it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm so ready for Married at First Sight to return, though. We have 2 weeks. I'm sad that y'all are saying you're not gonna enjoy the show.
I mean, I might watch the few. If it's a girl I heard is scandalous, girl.
Yeah. Me too. We'll see.
I heard it's scandalous, but we'll see. Because if nothing else is on, I'm gonna have to watch it because I fell off of The Bachelorette and The Bachelor's coming on, but I hear it's successful. I can't.
Wow.
I slept with 3 women. I'm so disappointed.
Yeah. Man. I'm so glad you went live tonight. I can't believe it's been 3 hours already. Time flies.
That's what I'm saying. I have to start. We got to start going live over your channel so you can get these hours because you could have been getting these hours.
Yeah.
So if we do this Friday night, ladies, even if you have to work, Kimberly, you just open it up just like this and we'll be over here talking. You could go work or do whatever you need to do. And you'll get your hours. It depends. My sisters were harder than my hours. Yeah, because on my allegedly Janice, how many videos I have over there, girl? I'm at 3,947 hours. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
But I've went live a couple of times over there, and and I used my husband's phone, I used Lexi phone, I played on the TV, and I'm getting my hours.
That makes sense.
All right, I love you. So we all gonna go to Kimberly on Friday. So everybody subscribe to my first of all, make sure you subscribe to Kimberly. Everybody have Kimberly, right?
Thank you.
Everybody has Kimberly, so we can help her to get her hours. Everybody say you'll have Kimberly. Say it. because people be lying.
Right, and that was my fault. That was my fault too. When I was telling people to subscribe, I didn't think to tell them to run the playlist too. Because they don't want Married at First Sight. Yep.
Subscribe, please. Do me a favor. Could you please run my play? And you only play it. You're only running one day, ladies. So if you're gonna run it, you run it twice for the week. You can't run it every day. Every day they're gonna pick up. So what you do is, if you run one playlist today, then you don't run another. You don't run it again until Friday. So you just play. If you run a playlist every day, okay.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. So many things to learn.
How many people have Kimberly? I didn't see no. Say one if you have Kimberly. Put one in the chat. Put one in the chat, because people be telling you stories.
I had one friend confess. She said, I confess I haven't subscribed to your channel yet because I don't even have YouTube. I'm like, everybody got YouTube on their phone. I thought they did. But she said that she didn't have it, but she made an account and subscribed. So I was like, thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
Allegedly, Janice, I only got one new subscriber, girl. I was at 757 when I came on. I got 758. That's shameful. But anyways, let's go ahead and help Kimberly.
All right. Yes.
How many have Kimberly? How many? Let's see how many want. Okay, Kimberly, check the numbers, because and leave a comment, guys. When you subscribe, leave a comment, because if you don't, YouTube will think it's spam. So leave a comment. Say, hey, Kimberly. And thank you. Okay, so there's only 3 people, Josh. It's just shameful, Josh. 5 people. Okay, everybody have Kimberly. Come on, y'all. Rachel's Truth. Yes. Oh, Rachel, we got to work on you 2022, baby. We got to get you approved, too.
Yes, I have to get some of Rachel's pound cake and banana pudding. I think that's what she said.
Yes.
I'm ready.
So good. Rachel, I'm telling you, you're going to do very, very well with that. I'm telling you, girl. I hope you have an Instagram page for it.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to take in all I can take in. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, my dear. Everybody have Rachel, and who's going to play the run list? Come on, y'all. Just press play on your thing. Press.
Okay, I'm seeing the ones now. Thank you all.
Okay, that's good. And leave a comment so she know you came by, so she could, even if they delete you, she can respond, and then you can respond back, and then you'll know that you're not subscribed or whatever. Because YouTube will be taking people off, child.
And I went to a channel today. I watched a lady, and it automatically subscribed me. I was going to subscribe. I think it did. Because I didn't subscribe to her. And I said, well, let me go ahead and subscribe, because it was my first time seeing her. And it was already subscribed. I don't know how that happened.
You sure you haven't subscribed before?
I know, maybe I did, but I thought it was the first time I saw her today. So she was talking about the same situation with Meagan and Devon, so that caught my attention. Yeah, she did a 6-hour live.
Ooh, child. Yes, Kim, when you have time, girl, you just do, and you already know you don't have to show your face, girl. You could be cooking your chihuahua.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what I can cook up for Friday.
Yes, honey.
See what I can do, since Ready to Love won't be on, so that's my goal. Hopefully my hair, the rain and stuff, won't throw my hair back up just yet.
But if it's raining, girl, turn your camera on and turn it to the rain and say, enjoy the rain with me.
I'm gonna do it. So should I talk while they're watching?
While you're working, you could just be sitting here, the camera is there, and ever so often, so oh child, that rain, oh child, look at that lump. Ooh, that's so pretty.
You know what? I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna have to mute, because I'm gonna bust out.
Kimberly, you work from home, girl. You need to turn the camera on.
Yeah.
Or,
I'm gonna do it.
you just use your voice and
I'm gonna do it, and that's my goal for next year. I'm trying to like even step up and do more commentary on these shows. Today, at this time, this year I was just getting my feet wet, seeing how it.
Oh, you're breaking up. Can you hear us? We can't hear you. Check your thingy. Can you hear us?
Oh, I think it went out and came back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alyssa suggests did that with snow. I sure did.
I missed it.
Girl, go on my study the Bible because study the Bible child. That channel is strong. People don't want to read the word, and so I had to figure out ways. Girl, I turned it to the snow. I turned it to the rain, and people really into the sunset. Girl, people really enjoyed it. Those videos did very well.
Wow.
They did very well. So, girl, you have to, Kimberly, come on. You have to get it before this year is out. And the next week or two, because you're working at home, you can do it. You can do it. So the next couple of times when we go live, I'll make sure we go live on your channel so we can all get, you could get that. If I keep sharing it in my community tab, you'll get all those hours.
Yep. Thank you so much. I'm going to do it Friday. I'm putting it in. Let me see what I'm going to do. I hope it rains. That'll be easy. But if it doesn't, I'll find something to do, something to talk about.
Right. All right, y'all. I love y'all. How many of you guys make sure you get my book, Show Me Love? Be sure to check my Patreon. If you're over here, if you're a paid subscriber over here, email me, please, so I could send you free books. All of my paid subscribers on my Janicehylton channel, please email me so I can send and tell me which book you want. And my admins, Kimberly, email me. Tell me which, I got to check the email. I mailed out Alyssa book. That's not arriving until January, girl. Amazon is backed up. I think I mailed out Rachel books. Those are not arriving until January. So it takes longer when I do it from the back side. I do from the author side, the dashboard, it takes longer. But if you guys go order a book, you get it in 2 days. But if I order it on the author, it's just stupid, Charlotte. Charlie Browning, honey, we don't know you enough. We gotta get to know you. Oh, you bought all your books, Charlie Brown. Email me, honey, and I'll make sure you get a free book. And tell me which book you want, okay? All right. Okay, I love you. I'm gonna go.
Good night. Thanks again.
Must be having a conference call all day. I've been home. I gotta get to work tomorrow.
Oh wow. All right. Well, good night, everyone.
Good night. I love you guys. I love you. Remember to show me love. How you show me love is buying my books, giving to somebody, tell them about it, say read it. Yes, okay. And my t-shirt, take your cookie off the table. I said, Nene, you need to close your leg. I need to make a t-shirt, close your legs. So Mary, man, she probably already have that. All right, so remember, we're going to love on Kimberly, and we're going to support her. So Friday when we go live, I'm going to go live on Kimberly's channel, and we're going to get her. Okay, Mary Beth, okay. Thank you. Bye, y'all. Good night. I love you. Bye, y'all. Bye. Bye. Thank you. I appreciate the love and the support. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, we want to learn from these situations and, help us to choose right. We're not going to keep making the same mistake. Mary Beth, I'll message you tomorrow, dear, tomorrow. All right. Mwah, 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 mwah. Good night, guys. Bye.